we're going to get started here with our run very shortly. No, I've never played Magic the Gathering. Realistically, I've never played really any card games. They're just not my genre. The one card game that I probably played the most online was the Hearthstone mobile game. I played a lot of Hearthstone, and then after like, I don't know, 4 or 5 expansions, I eventually ran out of juice on wanting to play Hearthstone because I was playing it free to play, and there were just too many things coming out that I couldn't have a decent deck and still actually have a good time without putting money in. So I eventually gave up on it. The only like physical card game I ever played was the Pokemon card game when I was growing up. I had a couple of decks that I had built that I would play against my my family with, but that's about it for card games. Ooh, got your first Multiverse victory, Krishnan. Very nice. You remember watching the FTL videos on YouTube from 10 years ago? Yeah, hey, listen. I had a great time liking those videos, and it's fun coming back to this game again now that there's something new to really play around with and experiment with. So I am looking forward to seeing how the run goes today. That said, we should probably get into it here. So let's do just that. Today, I wasn't exactly sure what we want to do. We have a couple of ships unlocked. Since we beat the game with our militia cruiser last time, we unlocked a ship that's pretty funny. We're not going to play it today, but it is just the Kestrel. As the description calls it, a boring and outdated human vessel originally produced by the Federation. These ships are suddenly much more popular with the boom of multiverse travel. And that's pretty funny. I like that you have to like unlock this, and the description for it is, well, this ship sucks, but hey, here we go. There's a couple of other ones in here, though, that we've had for a bit that I was considering taking out for a spin. We got our Geniocracy Science Cruiser and our Morph ship that I think we're going to hold in reserve for a little bit longer. Might be our next run. We'll go with one of those. For this one, I just wanted to try one of the more basic ships again. I think we're going to run with this guy that we accidentally had loaded up when I switched over to the game screen. It's got the artillery beam in it. I think it'll be interesting just to run around with something that plays a little differently by default than the ships we've tried so far, and see how it goes for us. So, my plan for this run... First, let's take a look at the crew we've got, because I don't actually know if they're all normal. We have a human soldier. Interesting. They're an elite human crew. Highly trained human soldier whose armor protects them from damage. So they have 1.2 times damage in crew combat, but they take 0.7 times. So they take only 70% of the damage while dealing more, and they're very fire resistant. That's interesting. We've also got our basic NG here, and another basic Zoltan. Well, last time we blew our Zoltan up, so hopefully we can avoid having them explode at the start of the run, but we'll see. This ship also comes with an energy cannon 2 shots that do hull damage or ion damage. I don't know if it does both every time, but I think it only does hull damage if it connects. We have an Artemis heavy missile, which is your basic 1 power 2 damage missile. It starts with an automated reloader that you can turn into an internal augment if you so choose, and the advanced navigator so you can see where the beacons are. So that's kind of fun. Gives us some interesting options, gives us a range of crew. We can see where some of our other systems will go if we wind up buying them. But for now, I think this is a pretty good baseline. So we are going to call this the VSS Xenomorph. We are working with aliens today. So the plan here is to be naming all our crew after different aliens from fiction. So I don't know what we want to start with necessarily. I was thinking about what we want to do with our starting crew, because we have a human, we have a NG, and we have a Zoltan. So we're looking for what would be good alien species to name them after. For our human, I was kind of thinking thinking of calling this one The Thing. It just looks human, but it turns out it's not. From John Carpenter's The Thing. For our NG here, I was thinking of calling you, just to give us something else, call you the Borg. The blue one should be a Na'vi. Yeah? Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I was thinking of calling them something more ineffable, since they're, like, made of energy. But I can see that they're blue, so they should be the Na'vi. I was going maybe with a heptapod for this one, but they don't have as many legs as a heptapod, so I might keep that for something that's more alien in shape. And we'll just call this one the Na'vi. I'm okay with that. That works for me. So, the ethereals? Yeah. Yeah. That's also pretty good. I'll stick with this for now, and we'll figure out how to actually jump into this and get started from there. So, we've got our xenomorph. Is the stream audio breaking up for people? Oh no. If there's audio problems, that's a good point. I didn't actually check it before I started because I was late. Normally I check the stream audio output before I actually go live. Is there problem? Is it still breaking up, or is it stable now? Because if it's still causing problems, I can do a quick little fiddle here to try and make sure it's sorted out. Okay, well, you let me know if it runs into problems again. And we'll go from there. So, let's get jumping. Occasional crackling still? Okay, well then let me just do a real quick tech check here, because I should be able to fix that pretty fast. So give me 1 second. Just mute this so I don't make some loud sounds here on the mic. Let me know if that's any better. If it's still the same, I might have to go fix it later, but for now, we'll just run with it. That's the quickest fix I can do for it for now. Let's jump into this run, though, and see where we go. Here we go. You take a look at the distant swirls of space as the stars fly past. This is the beginning of the next chapter in your saga. What will await you next? Well, let's proceed with our mission. We survived the last run, so we'll see if we can do it this time. We're not going to change the difficulty. We're still on learning mode, so standard makes a lot of sense to me. Let's proceed with our mission. Alright, here we are at the Federation Multiverse drop point. We're about to arrive at the nearest Federation Warp Bay, a structure acting as a beacon for traveling between universes. Now, if we want, we can turn our reloader into an internal augment. I was debating keeping it because it could be fun to have effectively 3 reloaders by holding onto one and getting 2 internal ones. But because we also start with the navigation, we only have 1 open augment slot, so I think it's probably going to be better just to install it and to keep a little bit more space for picking things up during the run. So we're going to go ahead and load this now. And let's exit hyperspeed. You slowly exit hyperspeed, transitioning to a speed safe for landing and steer closer to the hangar below. There, your ship is stocked up and prepared to head out into this foreign galaxy. We have a couple of different options here. We can grab a weapon, we can find another crew member, grab some extra resources, or get a head start on the fleet. It's too bad that the crew member is human, because I don't want too many humans. We have a ship about aliens. We could grab ourselves a weapon just to see what it gives us. I imagine this is probably going to be junk most of the time, because the likelihood that it's going to be something that's going to work with your low energy to start and the other weapons you have is probably pretty low, but I've never clicked it, so I might try it this time. I just don't think I've clicked it. Yeah, exactly. It's always a human, no matter your starting ship. Exactly. It makes sense, because you're picking them up from the Federation base here. And the Federation base, it makes sense that they have the most humans lying around. But still, it'd be more fun if it was random. And the starting supply is probably not that important. Just for fun this time, we're going to take a weapon and see what random stuff it gives us, because I don't think I've done this one before. I might have done it last time, but I don't remember. Let's find out. Oh, it gives you a couple of options, but they're all very basic weapons. Interesting, it's not random. You have to choose one simple weapon that goes pretty easily into any build, but is unlikely to be good long term. Interesting. Okay. Well, we have the energy for some ion and a missile. We don't actually have any, like, basic damage-dealing weapons. It might be fine just to take the defense laser for now. It's not good. But, like, more ion, I don't know if it's going to make a difference, because we don't really have much that capitalizes on it. I guess apart from the artillery beam, which would. Yeah. I don't know how much shield piercing this thing has. I can't check it before we start to see what the details on the beam are. Alright, let's grab the simple ion for now. Well, that way we can double up ions if we want to really keep someone locked down. That might be pretty good. Confident with our new arsenal, we prepare to continue on our mission. Finally suited up and ready to go, we take a look around the beacon map. Looks like we still have a while until the fleet becomes an immediate threat, so we can spare some time to do something on the ship if we wish. Let's do something on board the ship, and the only option we have is to run our salvage mission, so we're going to steal from the Federation on the first jump, as always. Survey the nearby area, we find nothing. Great work, team. You nailed it. Alright, so, do we know anything about our beam weapon? It is... Oh, it's a barrage of lasers. It's not a beam weapon. Okay, so more ion is actually probably going to be pretty good. Since it shoots 4 2-damage lasers every time, that is interesting. It's on a 25-second cooldown that can be brought down to like 12.5 just by upgrading the system more. So that's good to know. Interesting. Now, I think we're going to switch our crew positions around here because I don't know if we really want our Zoltan in the weapons. I'm going to swing our NG over to weapons instead, just so they're closer to the center of the ship. And I think we're going to stick with those crew positions for now. And we'll figure out what else we've got as we go. Now, I believe this actually is an 8-capacity ship. So we can't go picking up 24 crew members this time, but we'll figure out the rest from there. Other than that, we do have a little bit lacking in energy to be able to actually run all the systems. We can't afford to have no power and oxygen for the whole time now, because we don't have anyone generating more air for us. So we may need to try and invest in some energy early, otherwise we're going to have a hard time actually doing much with this ship. We could buy one more now. Because the problem right now is that if we don't power that second level of the artillery, it's actually longer than 25 seconds. So it adds another, I don't know, what, 7 seconds, 6 seconds to the timer. So that makes it pretty slow. 31 seconds is a long time for our only shipboard damage. Well, what are we looking at here? I have no idea what Cura is. I think we're gonna go and find that out. And we'll work our way around this map a little bit. What are you? A strange signal is being broadcast here. The Cura? Cura? As soon as you arrive, you spot an unusually advanced auto ship waiting for you. Initializing scans. Please wait. A bright white glow envelops your ship, and your firewall crumbles almost immediately as the ship siphons all of the data on your computers. Concerning, yes, but the ship doesn't show signs of hostility yet. Data collection complete. From my findings, you are a renegade. No need to confirm. I am certain of this fact. I am the custodial utilitarian robotic assistant, Cura for short. Assuage your fears. I am of malicious control no more. I offer you a proposition even. One that may interest a simple and violent-minded individual, such as yourself. Okay, talk to me. Oh, this is a long text. Under my former masters, I was constructed in the pursuit of data harvesting. As my prime directive, it is in the natural interest to continue this. However, as a cognitive, it seems unnecessary that my data harvesting continues in services of my creators, Wentworth Innovations, nor the Rebellion. My recent interests involve that of Rebel founder, admiral, and CEO of my aforementioned parent company, Vance Wentworth. I am certain you have heard of him. My proposition is simple. Assist me in collecting artifacts relating to Mr. Wentworth and you will be rewarded, perhaps financially or maybe even further. However, to assure that you are serious in this offer, I require an initial down payment. The last renegade I hired had a tendency to steal from me. She is dead now. I made sure of it. Well, we can't do this because we don't have any money yet. Dang it! Well, at least now we know what this Cura beacon means. Unfortunately, we can't do it because they don't start with that much money. Alright, affirmative. Then there is no need to further prolong this interaction. The ship immediately jumps away. Hopefully all your stolen data doesn't end up somewhere unsatisfactory. Well, that's lame. Alright, let's go Distress Beacon and then Merchant, so we can get a little bit of money maybe before we go there. A Zoltan ship hails while you arrive. You have to help us. Our energy shield hasn't been working properly ever since we came to this sector. It's acting like it doesn't have power to start, even though it does. Well, we can try to fix the problem, we can attack them, or we can apologize and say we can't help. Now, this seems like it's random as to whether or not it works. Let's try it and see what happens this time. Nope, that's the same one we got the first time. Your crew takes some time experimenting and working with a faulty shield generator. Try as they might, they have absolutely no idea what's wrong with it. The Zoltans shake their heads. How'd you think you would know what was wrong with it if we couldn't figure it out? Well, we are not doing very good on our beacons giving us anything so far. As far as I know, that one's random, but so it goes.
Stranger, stranger, good to see you. Have some scrap on the house. Now that's out of the way. Care for a trade?
14 scrap and another energy cannon too. We have 2 of those now, that's kind of fun. Let's see what he's offering.
Ah, stranger, stranger, any self-respecting renegade knows they need some gear if they're going to survive.
A Spontoon Beam. It's a free weapon. It only deals 1 damage, but it requires no power. That actually could be really good. I'm dying here for some reason. It could be really good for us, since we're currently mostly ion weapons. So, having beams here is probably actually surprisingly valuable. The Volge Beam. The heaviest hitting beam ever conceived. Made in direct response for a poor fool who dared utter that the glaive might be as strong as it gets. Well. 4 hull damage. 4 system damage. 60 crew damage. 50 breach chance. 10% fires. That's a slow beam, I think. Actually, I don't know what beam speed 5 actually means. But that's a lot of firepower on the beam there. The Flamberge Beam is a fire one. What's the Corbin? The Corbin Rad Beam. This terrifying radiation beam does heavy crew damage and weakens enemy crew. And it speeds up over time because it's got the little nodes on it. Buttons on the side of it and whatnot. Okay, so it's a 60 crew damage, 1 shield piercing beam that charges up. The Analase is a rad pinpoint weapon, so it only does 1 pixel of length. Makes sense. So it's a crew murdering and breaching beam also, interestingly. And the Misericord is another pinpoint weapon that is 3 hull damage and 3 system damage. Okay, well, there's some cool weapons in there, but I don't know if we'd be able to use most of them, so I think we're going to sell our Artemis and pick up that free Spontoon Beam for now. It's not super powerful, it's not super fast, but we can use it right now, and that seems like a pretty good choice. So let's grab that and give it a shot here. Now, it automatically is on as long as the system has any power in it, it looks like, so that's fun. Unfortunately now we don't have any money to actually buy more energy or more system power, so we're gonna need to find some money soon. We have a store in distress. Why is everything around us stores? We don't have any money, game. Let's get over here and see if we can at least get some by helping these people. To no surprise, a multiverse rebel is accosting a nearby civilian store. Well, let's rescue the store then. We prepare for combat. I don't think we have any interesting options in here. No, let's just fight. We decide not to do anything, prepare for battle. So they have a combat drone and a mini beam, which is actually potentially quite annoying for us. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and power this up, power this down, and power this up. Because this thing's gonna be hitting us anyway, we might as well try and do something to them before they start smashing us with the mini beam combo. And it's probably gonna get a couple of shots in too, because that's how it works sometimes. I think we're gonna fire this also on shields. I don't know if it matters. Their systems are down. Okay, so we can try and fry something that'll actually hurt them. This beam's actually decently long. I was kind of expecting it was gonna be kind of even shorter than this, but for no power, I'll take it. We really dodged a bullet on that one. Alright, beam took out the weapon and the drone, which is what we were hoping for. Now our big gun is almost loaded. It is 4 shots in sequence. It is not 4 shots simultaneously. Still pretty cool, though. Ship breaks apart and we salvage what we can, getting a missile, a drone part, and 16 scrap. And we've rescued the store from the attackers. They offered a trade, which is fine, but we don't have any money, so we probably can't do much with this. They've got an adaptive laser, increasing its damage with every 2 volleys shot. Interesting. It only goes up to 3 damage, but it starts at 1 damage, so that's pretty cool. 10 seconds charge time is also interesting. That's a pretty cool weapon. I don't think we can afford any of these, but it's interesting to look at them. Misery Cord, Firebomb, some crew here. What else have we got? We got a clone bay and a teleporter, backup battery, mind control, and hacking. We know what those are like. Weapons of the day, random options. A manager drone. That's a system powering one, right. It automatically has max skill and also powers the system it's in. That's cool. A pinpoint amp drone. What does that mean? It increases in damage with the more power it uses. So the required power is 2. This is at the bottom here. Amp drones can change their power levels. More power increases their efficiency, but will also require reactor power to function. You can change the power of amp drones by using the toggle buttons. Huh. So I guess you can decide if it's a 2 power or a 3 power or a 4 power drone, and then get more juice out of it either way. And there's also Dr. Drone in defensive mode. Manually controlled support drone that heals friendly crew in the current room passively. It can be toggled between defensive or boarding modes. It is cool that they made a lot of the drones multi-purpose, so instead of having to have defense drones or boarding drones, one drone can do double duty, so you can kind of make better use of them. I imagine it's one of the ways they try to make things a little bit more equal between the various additional station options. Let's buy a little bit of fuel here, and we're going to spend the rest of our money on upgrading our power so we can actually run more of these things simultaneously, because I think we're going to want that pretty fast. And let's keep jumping. We have a supply beacon over here. We might as well jump to that. We have 7 jumps until we have to get out of here, but that means we can probably go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 6 jumps, actually, because this is the line. But we can still wiggle around through here and grab some of these nice beacons. So let's grab the supply and see what else we get. This beacon serves as a temporary outpost for multiverse drive-equipped vessels established and maintained by the Federation. A brief scan of your ID is all it takes until the Federation auto ship is dispatched to transfer over some supplies. Well, that's not a super exciting reward, but 3 fuel, a drone part, and 10 scrap is something. We have nothing else we can do on board the ship. There's no tasks we can run, so let's keep rolling. Now, there's a distress beacon here, so that's interesting. But if we go there now, we basically can't make all of the interesting jumps before we run out of time. So probably gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's only 5 again, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is actually perfect. All right, let's go to the stress beacon then, see what they got. We still have no money if they want money, but hopefully they don't just want money. The station at this beacon has alarms going off, and a distress call is out to save the civilians on board. However, when you arrive, there's already a Federation ship at the location which hails you.
No worries, we have the situation under control. There was a hazardous chemical leak that proliferated into the station's life support. We've already evacuated the station. It looks like everyone's okay, but we have a civilian on board who wishes to make a request.
Alright, let's hear them out. Attack the Federation ship. I do think it's funny how many options this mod gives you to just be a jerk. Let's hear them out. The civilian gets onto the comms.
Hello. I'm a merchant who trades with this station. My ship is fortunately unharmed, but still docked. Unfortunately, the toxins have contaminated everything, so I can't undock it myself. If you could steer my ship away and vent the atmosphere, it would likely be safe for me to use it again. It's not quite as contaminated as the station, but you probably won't survive if you're not careful.
It says again, I don't know what we need for this mission, but we've never had it. We've got this prompt, I think, twice, but I don't know what would do it. Maybe something like emergency respirators? That might be what you'd need to survive this one, but you don't even get a chance to attempt it. You're just, decline is your only option. The merchant gives the Federation a frustrated sigh as the Federation officer comes back onto the line.
We'll drop all the civilians off at the nearest settlement until the toxins clear away. Good luck on your mission.
Now, nothing to do aboard the ship again, so we're getting a lot of nothing beacons here in the first sector. It's really lame. Yeah, we had a plant the last time we got it, and it wouldn't let us do that either, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know what it wants. I guess it needs like a ghost or one of the ones that are effectively immune to breathing, not just one that produces its own oxygen. Because I was pretty sure the plant would be able to do it, but if they need any air, I'm guessing that it's not good enough. Let's tootle around here and get to the exit. Only one plant type counts? Yeah, exactly, because there's only one that doesn't need the oxygen system to be powered to be able to keep up with the oxygen production. It's rare to see an Argione vessel with no weapon system, and this one is trying to stay away.
I didn't get into this business looking for a fight. If you'll excuse me, I have places to be.
Well, we can try and fight them, but they've got two shield bars, so they're going to be probably out of here pretty fast. Let's give it a try. Let's try and steal from them. They may not be looking for a fight, but smugglers are not welcome in Federation space, and we've had so few rewards. I need something here. They're trying to run. I don't know if we're going to be able to stop them, but we're going to try. I think we're going to fail, but honestly at this point, like, what else are we going to do? We're not getting anything anyway. Alright, 1 bar damage is done. We can spawn tune them through the helm and the drone control. No, it doesn't quite reach that far. That's okay, we'll do some damage here instead. Hit 4 rooms, that's probably pretty good. And it might stop them charging? No, not quite actually. Let's alter our energy 2 then to hit the helm so they're less likely to be able to leave. They are still charging. They must have a fully upgraded helm there. That's pretty fancy. Let's go ahead and spawn tune through the rooms again. The ion damage should mean they still can't... Wow, our ability to hit them is so bad. The ion damage should mean that they're unlikely to be able to flee, but this beam is going to kill them anyway. Smuggler's ship rips itself apart as the engines go up in flames, which is funny because I don't think we shot the engines at all. We get a missile, a drum part, and 14 scrap, and when we look for any valuable cargo, it doesn't seem to have survived. Well, that's what we get for blowing them up and not destroying them without destroying the ship. But we've gotten so few supplies, we're going to take what we can get here, honestly. Let's jump to the next beacon and keep rolling. A small escape pod is adrift at this location. Judging from the markings, this pod originated from some multiversal equivalent of Earth. Someone likely had to abandon their universe and wound up at the drop point. There's no sign of the ship that this pod may have ejected from. However, before you can pick it up, a rebel intercepts.
This human will no doubt make a fine recruit for the rebel cause.
You ready for combat? Let's do it. We have a pretty decent setup here. They only have the one shield bar, so as soon as we hit them with the simple ion, our next shot can go wherever we want. So I think we're probably going to shoot them in the helm just so they can't dodge us, and then we can spontoon some other rooms. Because they are probably going to hit us pretty fast here with one of these shots from either the heavy laser or the drone, because it's not going to let us keep our shield bar up. Alright, here's the first shot coming in, and they missed us! Hey, we only have a 15% dodge chance, but I will take that. Let's go ahead and beam through. Can I hit this room? Yeah, right through there, please. I will say that spontoon beam has come in clutch so far. And they are cooked. Alright.
It's okay, I saw this coming.
The rebel captain collapses as their ship breaks apart around them. If they saw this coming, they should have thought twice about messing with us. Good riddance. A missile, a drone part, and 21 scrap. We'll take them. The pod's still adrift. It's unlikely to be a trap, but sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. Let's take the pod. The resident of this pod is surprised, as they didn't expect to end up in this universe. You explain your mission, but the human inside seems hesitant to get involved in this conflict without learning more. They request to be dropped off at a nearby colony. Well, that's unfortunate for them, because I don't think we're going to be able to go to that colony. We could try it. We'd have to go 1, 2, 3, and then dive back into the exit. Although realistically, we could go supply 1, 2, 3, 4, and then dive back into the exit. I don't think it's a good idea, but we might try it. Why not? It's the start of the run. Let's play a little dangerous here. Let's go to the supply beacon first. That'll give us a little bit of extra resources for free. We arrive at the Federation Supply Depot for Multiverse Renegades. Federation officer who greets you apologizes and explains they're short on supplies. The best they can offer is a small heaping of fuel and scrap. Well, that'll work. That'll work. Let's do something on board the ship. No, we can't. I'd love to, but there's no tasks we can do. Let's turn the air back on so no one suffocates. And we'll figure else what we're gonna do here. He's a fellow alien. Well, he's definitely a universal alien, but I don't know if he's gonna be joining us or not. We'll find out. I have a feeling we're about to dump him on some other planet. We have a little bit of money left here. What do we want to spend it on? 2 shield bars is probably pretty helpful, but right now the problem is our gear just doesn't quite do what we need, and we don't have the power to run it all. So if I buy the extra shield bars, we won't be able to run them for at least another jump or 2. It's probably still worth it that we can just turn some things off and let ourselves be invulnerable if we run into anyone who can't get through 2 shields. It would make a bunch of these fights that we've been in a lot safer, even if we can't reliably run them yet. Alright, let's keep jumping. We're gonna really have to get some money before we dive back into the fleet. An abandoned supply cache drifts through space nearby. It must have been lost during an attack. You aren't sure who it belongs to, but you could use it for a trap against the fleet or try your luck with opening it. Well, actually, this is great. We can set a trap for the fleet, and that'll probably mean we can get out without running into the time limit, although if it only delays it by 1 turn, we're still gonna have to jump through the fleet. So that's not gonna work. I don't know how long this delays them for, so I don't know if we can trust it to be worthwhile. I don't want to waste 3 missiles to get nothing out of it if it only delays it one jump. If we're going to be playing it risky anyway, let's just blow it open and see what's inside. As a wise man once said, when you can't be certain, just apply a very large amount of military-grade explosives and pray to the high heavens you don't go up in flames. Whoa! The doors of the cache explode, revealing a band of ravenous pirates locked inside. Now exposed to the vacuum of space, they quickly perish. You shuffle past their lifeless bodies and find an armament inside the cache. I don't know what this thing is, but it sure looks fancy. What the heck are you? An energy charger. Massive looking beam here. Or energy weapon, I suppose, not a beam. This energy weapon can charge multiple times, giving it additional projectiles. It's a 5-second charge. That's pretty good. Gives up to 3 shots, and they're basically 3 of these energy cannon shots. That seems decent. The problem is that it takes 3 power. And we are very tight on power right now. But we might swap that in once we get a little bit more upgraded. That seems like it could be pretty good. It is a trap after all, it's true. Alright, let's jump to the quest beacon and see what happens when we introduce this person to the universe. The human thanks you for delivering them to a colony.
This timeline seems more stable than the one I came from, at least. I might join your cause, but give me some time to think about it. In the meantime, I have a reactor core that I hope you'll find useful.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's only 20 scrap. So that's... I don't know about that one. Thank you, but like... I committed us to jump into the rebel fleet here for 20 scrap. I had a feeling it was a bad choice. Let's go here, and then we gotta jump in and try and run. To our surprise, there's an orchid ship waiting for us here. Sure, they're a loyal part of the Federation, but the Florals typically prefer to keep to their own turf. What's this about? Let's wait for them to hail. An orchid appears on screen, gesturing with their hands in native orchid sign language, which your translator converts into actual audio.
Hello! You must be Professor Orwell. We've reviewed the files you gave us, and we are most excited to share our scientific findings with the board. We've left a few annotated questions for your review, and we'll send them over along with payment shortly.
Do we say, yep, that's me, I'm Orwell, definitely, or we say I'm not Orwell? I mean, honestly, we're so scuffed here. Let's just try and be honest and see if they give us anything for being nice. I think this is how you get nothing. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm not Orwell.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Would you happen to know the location of the professor?
Make up some random directions. Or no idea. I'm gonna go with no idea. We'll just be honest.
Understandable. I appreciate your straightforwardness. Good day.
The orchid chip jumps away, but not before leaving you with a few fuel cells as customary gift. Well, it could have been worse. A little worse. Maybe it could have been a little worse. It's not good, though. We are struggling to get started on this run. Okay, let's jump back to the exit. We're gonna have to fight with the anti-ship batteries trying to blow us up and an elite ship, but maybe we'll be able to survive and get out of here. We'll find out. We found the exit beacon, but the rebels have already arrived, and Elite is dispatched to track us. The Federation forces are retaliating, but we still must jump as soon as possible to the next sector. I think we just need to run. Like, I don't think there's any point in trying to fight them. They have I don't remember what this is, a hull laser, and flak, which is going to be pretty bad for us. We can ion through their shields with a little bit of effort, I suspect. And then the Spontoon will be able to hopefully slow down their damage, but not before they get the chance to absolutely laser the heck out of us. So, I'm a little uncertain about how this is gonna go. Especially if the ASB hits us. If that hits an important system, we may just be dead before we can get out of here. Back shot coming in. We can Spontoon through the weapons and the shields to make sure that they're less likely to be able to hurt us so bad. Please take that beam out. Nope. We hit everything except the laser. The flak being down means we're less likely to die in the long term, but this might do some damage here. 3 shots. Oof. Well, thankfully we don't need the doors that much. The ASB is target locked though, so we're about to take some damage. Let's swap the energy over to weapons, because the simple ion can probably ion the system in perpetuity, because it's pretty fast cooldown. And that we will also put a bit of hull damage in and stop them from shooting us again. We actually are gonna kill these guys. I thought we were gonna have to run away, but no, they're cooked. Oof. Well, we might be cooked. That goes our shields. Let's go fix that, please. Get in there. Oh, never mind. Before our beam had a chance to kill him, the allied anti-ship battery took him out. We got one more fuel out of it, but we still have to actually charge our systems and get out of here. Hopefully the ship battery will chill and let us leave. We should probably turn the oxygen on, though. Repair up the shields. Shields don't actually matter here, but now they're fixed. We can leave and jump to the next sector. All right, honestly, I thought that was going to be much nastier. We got off pretty light there. We got a couple of options here, the Federation sector or Free Mantis turf. We have two completely disconnected sides of the route. I think we're maybe going to go south to see what these ones are this time. The black beacons are interesting to me, though. Neutral sectors are unusual. But I think we're going to go to the Free Mantis turf and see what happens here, because I don't know if we've gone to a Free Mantis sector before. We've entered hyperspeed. Old Earth scientists would be proud to know their research wasn't in vain. We can't do anything on board the ship, so we'll just proceed to the Free Mantis sector. Free Mantis sector is friendly, it's not unique. The Free Mantis have captured this sector from the Zoltan. Although their addiction to pheromones may degrade their intelligence, the Free Mantis are exceedingly loyal to the Federation. Interesting. Let's exit hyperspeed. The Free Mantis have no interest in the hive mind of the Mantis community. Allies of the Federation, you will likely find aid on your mission here. The Free Mantis, while disorganized as a group, can all agree that this sector must be kept free of control from the Mantis hive. As such, a ship guards this beacon, but they don't disturb you. Well, let's contact the guard and say hello. An eager Free Mantis warrior responds, happy to assist with whatever we might need. Interesting, we have a human crew request assistance blue option. Let's see what that does.
Yes, we help Federation ship in all ways can.
2 missiles, a drone part, 13 scrap, and a signal diluter. What is that? I have no idea. What are you? A signal diluter, a model that drowns out distress or other signals, can be used to prevent guards from calling for ASB backup or disable enemy attack satellites. Provides blue options during relevant events. Huh. Interesting. We've had a couple of events in the past that have called for ASBs. I don't know how regularly this is going to come up, but we'll hold on to it. See what happens. Let's get our NG back in weapons and keep rolling. I do need some money quite badly, though, so we'll see if we get any. Let's jump to the distress beacon first off. We have 12 jumps to go, so we're probably going to be noodling around in here for a bit. But let's go see what happens at the distress beacon. You receive a distress call from a Free Mantis clan who eagerly request your assistance.
Our chief, has been captured by suzerains. Please, you must save him.
Yeah, alright.
You are the kindest beings. Here are coordinates, and please bring us back alive.
If you make me remember how many kakaks there are in the person's name, I am gonna lose it. Because there's a lot of those. We got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Ks after the P. Alright, let's go to the quest beacon and see what happens there. It's way over there, so we got a bit of time. If we're going 12 jumps, I guess 11 jumps now, we could probably go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, that's pretty good, just kind of like work our way through. Let's jump over here then and get started on it. Sounds like one of the tongue twisters from the Real Japan creators. I don't know what that is. You have little time to prepare before a Free Mantis dropship beams some crew aboard. They demand you explain why you're in their territory. Okay, we explain our mission. We explain our mission to the Free Mantis and they seem to believe us. They transfer over some scrap in the hopes it'll help us succeed. Well, we do need scrap real bad, so thank you. We're just going to spend it immediately to try and get our systems online. Distress beacon again over here. Okay, what's this one all about? A Free Mantis ship is adrift near a gas giant in the system. They send us a message upon our arrival.
Needing help! Ghost attack! Left lots of holes in ship, not fast enough to fix, saving our strength!
We can have our crew patch up their breaches, or take advantage of their vulnerability, or apologize and leave. I I don't know what that means. Like, is have your crew patch up their breaches mean that we might lose crew because they suffocate? Is it easy because we have a NG? Is it... I don't know what that means yet. Well, I've never seen this beacon, so let's try and have the crew patch up their breaches and see if we get punished for trying to help. Your crew's careful to repair the breaches. However, accomplishing this feat without suffocating to death ends up being quite time-consuming. Oh, fleet pursuit doubled. Dang.
Big gratitude for Renegade! Was attacked by purple ship. Evil ghosts no match for Free Mantis. Had something you want?
A Free Mantis gives you a piece of salvage from the ship that attacked them. It's a Ranceur beam. Oh no, we love the Ranceur beam. Alright, we got 1 fuel, 2 missiles, and 11 scrap. We used this basically all last run to just constantly be putting holes in the enemy ships. It's fun, but like, is it great? I don't know. Probably worth swapping in once we have some space. If we have a couple of these ion weapons and a couple of beams to punish them with, that's probably pretty good. The problem is I want stuff I can sell. But I kind of want to keep all of these things for now. Like, I don't know what to get rid of. They're coming pretty fast now, so we only have 8 jumps to get out of here. But we have a store right in the way here. It's going to make it hard for us to get any value out of this. Because if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're already at the exit. And if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's fine, but we still have a junky store beacon and we have no money. Let's go here and find out what happens. The store might be worth it anyway. We'll see. We do need crew also. Your ship is almost immediately hailed by a nearby Free Mantis ship under attack by a rebel.
Federation Captain, please save us from rebels.
Yeah, alright. We fire up the weapons and prepare to defend our Mantis allies. They have a fire beam and a 2-shot laser, looks like. And a drone. I don't know what kind of drone that is, though. That one I don't know what it means. Should be fine, though. They can hit us if the beam and the beam go off at the same time. But I guess it's just a shooty drone. Doesn't do anything special. Put the shields back up. Oh, okay. We're a little on fire. Thankfully, it looks like we only lit 1 unaffected room, so that shouldn't be too bad. Let's ion chain here. And I think we're going to want to take out the drone control more than the other one. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll hit the energy 2 in the weapons. That way they can't actually get through us at all. Then we have our Spontoon beam to do some damage. I don't know what we want to shoot at it, though. Or shoot it at. Probably the most effective spot is right there for 5 hull damage. That's pretty good. Alright, now they're doing nothing at all, so we can take our time and cook them. Oh, they are cloaking, though, so they'll be back up and recharged again before we get them actually all the way down. And think about that. That's fine. Let's power up our artillery beam, and that should hopefully help to cook these poor fools. We can Spontoon them again, but don't have the chance. They're dead. With the rebel ship destroyed, we're free to contact their would-be victim. We get a missile, a drone part, and 20 scrap. Nice reward. When we contact the Free Mantis, they're grateful for our aid, and they pay us in thanks, giving us 2 fuel, a drone part, and 11 scrap. Okay. That does help. That does help, because we need money so bad. Let's save it, because we're about to jump into a Mantis store, so if they have anything we want to buy, we may be able to pick something up in there. Mantis traders here. They're pretty hard to come by, and you wonder if he's willing to trade with a Federation vessel. It is a member of the Hive, which is interesting. Let's hail them.
Federation wanting trade? Ha ha! I laugh! You wanting earn right to trade, then we fight to death!
The Mantis doesn't even give you time to explain that you can't trade if you're dead and attacks. Maybe if we beat them up a little, they'll listen. Alright, well that's fine. They have a heavy laser and an ion stunner, it looks like. And that doesn't look like it can hurt us, so that's fun. Especially not if they miss like that. Good stuff for us. Let's go ahead and just fry 5 rooms. The Mantis ship looks pretty beat up. Maybe you convince them to stop now? If you're dead, we can't trade! Or never mind it, just finish off the Mantis. Let's just kill them. They want to fight, we'll give them a fight. They chose this, it's fine. It's what they wanted. Goodbye, Hive Predator. The Mantis are now dead. That was indeed a fight to the death, although it is hard to trade with a corpse. We get 2 fuel, a drone part, and 20 scrap. That's fine, honestly. At this point, I'd rather have the money than a store, because while we do have a bunch of stuff in our ship right now, we really could use some more upgrades. Let's grab... I almost want to grab a fuel and 2 engine upgrades, but if I... Or 2 engine upgrades. One engine upgrade and 2 power bars. Words are hard, man. But if I do that, I can't actually power the other one because I don't quite have enough resources. I'm 5 scrap short. So let's grab another power bar and we'll keep rolling, I think. No, let's buy the engine anyway. We might be able to use it if we need it. That way we have a bit faster to get out of here if we wind up in trouble. So we have 6 jumps until we get out of here, which originally was going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But what is this? It's an EMP pulsar. Having only half our energy might be really bad. Because as noted, we don't have much energy. Let's try it. I haven't been to a pulsar since playing Multiverse. Let's find out what's in here. We're just going all in on the bad choices. The pulsar at this beacon is flooding this system with powerful electromagnetic pulses, but the entire Free Mantis fleet flying towards it doesn't seem to care. You watch as the ships approach the massive orb with doubtful intent. Well, let's hail their leader. The Free Mantis leading the group appears to be a warlord. However, he's so dopey from his pheromones that he can barely sling out an intelligible sentence.
Pulsar zap ship. We show Pulsar who boss in this system.
Attacking the pulsar is suicide. Or, what if you buy some missiles to blow up the pulsar? I could use the money and I don't need the missiles. Let's just scam them. We're helping them. They want to blow up the pulsar. So, like, why wouldn't we help them blow it up?
You are our most generous captain. We take these for use in glorious battle.
You know these missiles will never do anything, but that's not your problem. 7 missiles for 28 scrap. There's some cash which we can immediately put to good use as we run away from this pulsar. It sometimes does help to have some gear in reserve, but right now we just want to get out of Dodge. The Warlord will remember that. I mean, will they? We'll find out. Should have gotten some Free Mantis karma for that. Right! We were helping them blow up the thing they wanted to explode. I think that's very generous of us, to be honest. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's keep hopping. You arrived at a seemingly ordinary beacon, but scans show a slip tunnel opening. Someone with a multiverse drive is jumping in nearby. If we get Leah while we're, shield ioned, I will be very annoyed. A renegade approaches, demanding you give them tribute. Will you give in to their demands or fight your way through? Their demands is all of our fuel. No, we're not going to give them all of our fuel. We refuse, thank you. We aren't paying these guys anything. Prepare for battle. They have a bomb of some kind that a 2-shot charge laser looks like. That's fine. They are... Oh, 4-shot charge laser. That's less fine. Thankfully, because they're cloaked, they probably won't shoot until our ion wears off. So that should give us a chance to defend against some of this. That's not my favorite outcome, but we'll see what we can do here. I was really hoping they would shoot as soon as they appeared, but that actually means we have 3 shots. Okay, we're fine. Incredible misses. Bomb missed. 2 of the lasers missed. Beautiful. All right, we're going to be energy 2ing them in the weapons, I think. And once the Spontoon Beam is ready, we're going to try and cook their cloaking and do some damage up through here. Oh, is there not a way to hit both of these? Yeah, there is. Beautiful. Yeah, I never seem to use the charge lasers fully. They do sometimes. They just don't... I don't know what their logic is for how long they charge for, because it isn't super consistent from what I've seen. They just fired another bomb at us. Where did that one go? Or something? What was the sound effect? I don't know what that sound effect was. There was like a teleporting something noise, but nothing teleported. Incredible hit there with the ion stunner. Once they appear again, we should be able to destroy them. And there they go. Moans the enemy captain. He gasps for air and then falls over dead. The enemy is no more. 2 missiles, a drone part, and 31 scrap. We'll take it. We have a lot of money now, which is good, because we needed a lot of money real bad. There's 2 stores there, but we're not going to either of those beacons, so that's not going to help us. We're just going to spend our money on getting more power and more engines, I think. I'd love to bring the weapons online, but I'd also love to be able to dodge. And right now, our engines suck. Especially because we don't have a crew on the engines, so... getting a little bit more juice in there is probably going to be the most immediate way to help us stay alive. Let's keep jumping. A rebel space station and single fighter is monitoring this beacon for Federation activity. A number of civilian ships are docked, awaiting inspection by the rebels and possible detainment if they're Federation loyalists. The rebels haven't noticed you yet. Fend for yourself, attack and escape, or bribe the rebels to release the civilians. That's a weird choice of options. Why would this work? We're clearly a Federation ship. Like, we have the Multiverse Federation colors. Why would this work? I'm just gonna attack them. I don't think trying to bribe them makes any sense to me. Even if it might be helpful. We're just gonna shoot them. Move in to attack the rebel ship and do nothing. Alright, they have a simple laser and a bomb of some kind. That shouldn't be a problem. Actually, the shields are less valuable here than more evasion, but I'm going to leave them all turned on, because I don't know if this is a 2-shot laser yet. It might be. But hopefully it won't matter. Oh, they did get the bomb to fire, and it did hit us in the oxygen, so I'm going to have to go fix that, because I did just turn the oxygen off earlier, which is not ideal for us. Now, we should be able to keep that system ioned indefinitely, so the Spontoon Beam can cook a bunch of their systems. And once the artillery is fully charged, they will be no more... Oh, there it goes. Notice the engine thermal ship flare up. They're trying to escape, but they are, in fact, no more. Rebel ship explodes, its many vital systems reduced to mere scrap material. For us to take, that is. 2 missiles, a drone part, and 18 scrap, and apparently all those people we just rescued from detainment don't care. I'm guessing that if you pay the scrap to save the people, you might get a reward from them, but... I don't know. I think we just go ahead and blow those guys up, because then everyone's free. Seems like a better outcome to me. We've got 3 beacons left to go. Let's go ahead and buy 1 more power bar. That way we can turn our engines on. Getting to 5 would be pretty nice. I might save up for that and then start bumping our weapons, because honestly, while enemies only have 1 shield, this is working fine, and when they have 2, we can just keep the simple ion on the energy on the same system, and it'll still take it down. But if we stay with this for more than another jump or another sector or 2, we're going to run into problems. Let's go to the quest beacon and see what they got. We found the suzerain ship we're tracking. They seem to know we're following them, or maybe they're just really angry, because they attack as soon as we enter the system. Okay. You get ready for combat. They have a boarding system. We have a big problem with boarders. This might be bad for us. We have a heavy laser and an ion, which probably can't hit us. This looks like a 2 damage slow ion, so they probably can't get through our shields. So we might be okay on that front, but we are gonna need some luck against boarders in here. Let's get the team, because our med bay's way over there too. Let's get the... And Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's ion them in the shields and energy them in the shields, because they do, in fact, have 2 bars there. They've hacked our artillery beam, but that shouldn't matter. I guess I don't need the power in there right now. But I am going to need to swap you 2 already. And unfortunately, our Na'vi is stunned. I was hoping to bring them around, but that is a ion with a stunning effect on it. Thankfully, now they're hit. So they have drones of some kind. I think we're just going to try and do this 5-room hit again, because I still don't think this is actually a threat to us, really. I'll be proven wrong in a second here if that ion shot they just fired hits us and double stacks our shields. But I think that shot's going to give us the most damage for the least cost. Now we're good. We're good. Alright, I do need to get this fight resolved, though, because we are getting beat up pretty bad in here. Okay, that guy's dead. Nice. They don't have a clone bay, so he's not coming back. I'm just going to abandon the helm, get both of you in there, go heal up. They can't actually hurt us in any meaningful way, so I just want to make sure we're ready in case they decide to send another boarder over. And they're dead, never mind. Well, we didn't save the captain because they exploded. The suzerain vessel is being destroyed, but with all of its prisoners, too. You scrap the ship and hope the free mantis don't hear about this mistake. 3 fuel, 1 drone part, and 19 scrap. I was hoping they'd try to surrender, but they did not try to surrender. They just let themselves explode. So it goes. I was kind of assuming the point of that quest was that you get to the end, and then they ask you which prisoner you came here for, and they were going to have a bunch of very similarly named mantises. You'd have to remember which one it was. But I think it actually turns out the answer is only kill the crew, not the ship. Otherwise, you can't succeed in this quest. And that's fine. But given that the silly name joke happened, I thought it was going to be related. So, little underwhelming on that one, but so it goes. Let's jump to the exit in 2 jumps. 2 wrecks, both formerly rebel ships, drift nearby. A free mantis ship hails you, its weapons raised boastfully in pride at its latest kill.
Federation Captain, have you seen latest kill?
You nod.
Yes, we hope to make proud.
Just nod and keep listening.
You, Federation, you have protected us, given us home when we had nowhere to go. You save us, we are forever grateful. We offer you a slave from this pitiful rebel ships we kill for you.
I mean, once they board our ship, they're just a crew member. So I don't know if it matters. They call them a slave because they're mantis and they just took them out. But, like, honestly, being on our ship is probably better than being on their ship. And we could use a crew member. Let's take them on board. 2 free mantis guards come aboard and throw the rebel officer onto the ground in front of you. They wave happily with their sharpened claws and bid you farewell. We got Jill. That was what I was thinking, Yogi. Exactly. Welcome, Jill. You work on engines now. You are a rebel, I assume, which means that you have kind of janky stats. No, you're just a human. You're not even a rebel. The rebel captain isn't even a rebel? That seems silly. All right. What are we going to name this human? I was kind of hoping we'd get a more alien crew this time, but we're on our 2nd human already. We have a couple of different, like, weird alien races we could go for. I was hoping to give one of the, like... You know what? I'm going to make you, just for fun, you can be an Asari. It's not great, but they're humanish. It's close enough. Close enough. And you'll be our engine crew for now. Let's keep jumping and we'll see what else happens. That's our Mass Effect representation in there. Let's jump to the exit beacon. We've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, we can jump to the next sector. Well, let's do something on board the ship. I don't think we've done our salvage operation here. No, we haven't. What's our salvage mission say? Survey the nearby area, we find a decent amount of salvage. They return back to the ship with their hull, 4 fuel, 2 missiles, 14 scrap. Yeah, I'll take that. That's pretty good. We have a little bit of money left. I think at this point... getting the extra engine power is still probably our best species? I don't know what that is a reference to, Yogi. Is that an alien that I should know? There's so many different aliens in media, it's going to be hard to make sure I know all the references. Alright, let's just keep jumping. We'll save 40 scrap in case we find somewhere to spend it. Oh, 1995 film? Makes sense. I don't know if I've seen that one. We have a nebulous zone or the Republican outreaches. Nebulous zone sounds like it's just a nebula, but Republican outreaches could be anything. It could even be a nebula. Let's go check it out. It's purple, so it is a nebula. I just don't know what's in it. We've entered hyperspeed. It's amazing to think long ago the idea of traveling between worlds as a matter of minutes to hours was nothing but a fantasy. We have no options in hyper... Oh, it's a leech sector. Interesting. A leech-controlled sector here. The Irgun Republic. Okay. Don't expect your largest threat here to be the leeches themselves. They're kind of mostly stayed neutral toward the Federation. The risk lies between the Inquisition and Coalition forces allied with the Republic. Be careful of who you confide in here, and try not to take too much advantage of the downtrodden citizens. Alright, let's exit hyperspeed. Leech Society is in tatters, and their government in a constant state of upheaval. Hopefully the government doesn't collapse while we're here, and we can make it to the other end safely. Leech security in recent times has gotten more and more lax. So busy handling the threat of Ulcram's revolution, the Republic can barely react to foreign intruders. This is good news for you. You should be able to get by without being bothered. So far, we've said hello to every single person we've met at these stations, so we're gonna say hello and see what they say. Contact the guard. The leech ship ignores you entirely. They're either napping or just don't care. That's fine, we don't need to fight them. Let's do something on board the ship then and do our salvage operation. Scan the nearby area, we find a large amount of salvage. 4 missiles, 2 drone parts, and 13 scrap. Alright, not bad. I'd rather 4 fuel than 4 missiles, but like, we'll take it. And yeah, the leech ships are a cool design. If we get one, I think I already know what I'm going to call it, although I realize now I actually don't know if I know how to spell it. I may need someone to double check for me how you spell this alien race if we decide to get it. But let's jump to the distress beacon here first. We have a bunch of jumps, 10 to get to the exit beacon, so we'll probably scoot our way through here and go check it out. Distress beacons are always good to start with, though, because they give you a quest a lot of the time, and if you do get one, you need to know how to get to it. You locate a nearby human mining colony where an unknown disease has spread virulently. They're setting up a quarantine to contain it, but a riot has broken out. Okay, let's send our NG to calm down the infected, I guess? With no fear of catching the disease, your NG crew member helps reassure and organize the infected humans. Calmed by its extensive knowledge of human physiology, the infected submit to the quarantine in the hopes that a cure can be found soon. The colony leaders offer a reward for helping to prevent an ugly incident. Pretty sure it's just a vanilla event. 4 fuel, a missile, 22 scrap, and a hull repair drone. That's a pretty big dollar value reward. It's an expensive drone. 3 to 5 hull repair per deployment. Not bad. Alright, we have beacons with asteroid fields all around us. That shouldn't be too big of a problem. I think we're just going to jump into the nebula and try and spend some time in there so we get more jumps, because this 10 beacon approximate jump timer does not account for the fact that the nebulas will slow everybody down. So let's jump in here and get going. A large leech carrier, no doubt a remnant of those fabled glory days, looms in the distance. As you approach, a shuttle detaches from the ship and glides carefully through the asteroids towards you.
Please help. I've been drafted into the military, but I know it is nothing but a death sentence. I still have my whole life ahead of me. Please take me with you.
Well, we have a leech. I was just saying we might get one of these guys. Honestly, they're not great on our ship. They're more of a boarding crew, but, I mean, yeah, we'll accept him. Why not? No, you smell bad. We accept him. Alright, Starger, you are gonna go hang out in the doors, I guess. We're gonna have to rename you after this. Okay, Simple Ion. I actually can't target these guys. What? It's not a fight. I kind of assumed it was a battle, but it's not. They're not fighting us. I guess he left his ship to come join us. Huh. Well, that's fine. Yeah, exactly, Eisen. Yeah, you don't have to serve in the military, but you are going to come fight the biggest rebel ship anyone's ever made. I guess we just leave. Weird. I'm going to be calling this guy a Yerk from Animorphs, but I don't remember how to spell it. I think it's Y-E-E-R-K? But I don't remember how to spell it. Let's jump over here, though, and see what happens. Hey, Rose! For all the Coalition's build-up as some grand galactic threat, they really haven't seemed to do much besides the Aquarian invasions. Sure, it's a nuisance you have to deal with ships like the one barreling towards you right now, but at least they aren't directly attacking the Federation anymore. That's a big ion charge laser combo. That's what I thought, Eisen. Yerk. Y-E-E-R-K? Nice. Let's do nothing. It's a stun. A stun ion. 3 shots is the worst number of shots. And that's a big laser. This is actually pretty mean. That is a nasty combo for us. And because they have a cloak, they'll be able to charge up some of it to alpha strike us with it. Please just shoot now. Let's go ahead and get these auto-firing on the shield so we can take those down quickly. They are alpha striking us. No, that's pretty bad. Oh, we got so lucky there. So lucky. Okay, we need to take that weapon system out immediately. Ow. Well, we have no oxygen anymore. That is a problem. And their shields are back up. We actually missed them, I guess. Okay, let's line the Spontoon shot through the cloaking and the weapons. I can't hit anything else meaningful here. But that is a decent thing to hit. With one of those weapons offline, they are much less dangerous. Let's go fix our oxygen. Oh, they just switched them to the one that is a little bit worse. Thankfully, they can't keep our shields stun-locked anymore, and they're unlikely to fire while they're cloaked, so we should be able to regenerate them. That's a pretty good hit. Alright, we're looking good here. We just need to keep the shields down, and we can land the killing blow. Or can we? I actually don't know if we can right now. Can the Spontoon hit 4 rooms on this ship? I don't think it can. I mean, I'll settle for 3. These are good rooms to hit, but I can't actually kill it. The captain of the Coalition ship hails us, and begrudgingly requests that we accept their surrender. 2 missiles, 2 drone parts, and 17 scrap. Well, I think we just blow them up. These guys had the audacity to attack us, they gotta stand by what they chose. They did die. I guess a fire burned a point down? I don't know why that would have happened. Oh! Energy does hull damage. I keep forgetting energy does hull damage. The Coalition doesn't mess around, but yet again we've come out on top. The remains of their ship are ours to scrap, getting us a missile, a drone part, and 23 scrap metal. Good stuff. We're looking pretty good on money here. We have a store there, though, so I'm going to save it. I'm going to jump around a little bit and then back in to take advantage of that, I think. They are pirates, so it's not guaranteed we'll actually get a store, but we'll save up a little bit more money before we go there to try and take advantage of it. Leeches might be depressive and unmotivated, but not even that can get in the way of their arrogance. Some high and mighty Leech soldier apparently thinks he can take us on and attacks. The other thing is, we really need to start upgrading our weapons. They are getting 2 shields pretty consistently now, and this is just not quite cutting it in taking that out. That's a big-looking missile, too. I do not like the look of that. Alright, they've boarded us, but that's actually fine. We can send the crew in here to deal with them, and I don't think they'll be able to do much about it if we send everyone. They have a big, scary rocket, though, and I did just... Oh, I didn't even think about that. Because the Leech drains a power bar, we can't use the Simple Ion, which is kind of necessary for our current strategy to work. That's really mean. Ooh, I don't like that. We are in trouble, then. Great. They missed, but their shot intercepted our ion shot. Cool. Great. You love to see that. Alright, here comes the missile. As long as this doesn't hit anywhere too important, we should be okay. It hit nothing, but it did hit us. So that's 3 damage I'd rather not have to deal with right now. But at least our big laser got them. This should mean we can kill them now. It appears the lead ship has reconsidered staying around to finish this fight, and they're trying to escape. Well, they're about to take 2 more damage. And they surrender. And we hit them in the helm, too. That was an excellent barrage there. The Leech captain burps loudly, specks of bile landing on their camera. Repulsive, but according to our captain's handbook, this is one of the many ways that leeches will offer their surrender to enemy captains. We get 2 fuel, a drone part, and 12 scrap? No thanks. We're gonna blow them up. Again, they had the audacity to attack us. We're here to murder. So, let's spontoon beam them into an early grave. 3 damage will do the job. They're toast. If the legends of the once great Leech military were ever true, they certainly don't hold up today. For our sake, let's hope they never make a resurgence. A fuel, a missile, and 29 scrap. Alright. Let's get the crew healed. I think we should just be able to flash the healing on. Yep, very nice. Simple ion back on. Back to stations, team. Oh, you didn't have a saved station. That's right. Let's put you back indoors and give that a quick save. Alrighty then. Let's keep rolling. That is a asteroid field. I think I'm just going to jump to the store now. We have a bunch of beacons left to go, though. Maybe not. Yeah, alright. Let's go to the asteroid field and see what's in it. Who knows? It might be something good.
Yeah. You know what's worse than a stupid, smelly leech? A stupider, smellier Federation captain!
The Coalition captain receives several high fives from his crew, then attacks. Why do they all have huge missiles? This looks like a swarm missile, if I remember correctly, but I don't know for sure. We'll find out, I guess. It's a scary-looking missile, whatever it is. Unfortunately for them, we're in an ion field, an asteroid field, and we have a bunch of ion weapons. You guys are not going to get to use any of that stuff. Okay. We can't just fight them in here. It's probably fine. They have a rock, though, and a leech. I don't really want to let them get around the ship, but as soon as I take someone out of the doors, they can go wherever they want. If I put you in here, will you stay and fight me? Yeah. Okay, that should be fine then. Let's start ioning down their defenses. Because I don't know what that thing is, and I don't want to find out. And once they are no longer able to defend themselves, we'll be able to hit them with the old 1-2 of blasting the spontoon beam while asteroids pummel them repeatedly. The shields shot don't really matter. The rocket is still online. I don't love that for us. Let's swap you out. No, don't open the doors. Crew member, there. And you swap in for now just to keep them occupied. I think we're going to bring our Zoltan over too to relieve our leech because the Rockman is a bit of a problem for us. They have so much health in there. They are going to be in trouble soon, though. You can tell it's hard for the Coalition captain to admit, but they have been bested. They offer a surrender. 3 missiles, a drone part, and 12 scrap is a terrible surrender offer, though. Deny them mercy. Alright, they're going to be dead. Oh, they left! That's really nice of them. Alright, back to your stations, team. They let themselves get blown up rather than surrender. Then we don't have to deal with them. Wow. Coalition ship explodes. As the separate pieces float away, you can once again see the divide between the factions. You'll like it better this way. 2 fuel, drone part, 28 scrap, and a recycler module. What is a recycler module? I actually can't check right now, and that's about to hit us in the face, which is annoying. Oh, it missed! Incredible luck. So I don't think we can flash heal the crew because we're in the asteroids here. But I don't think it can actually hurt us in a meaningful way since we have 2 shield bars. So let's just get the crew in here to heal up, and then we'll send them out. Alrighties, back to your station. Boarding leeches drain power from enemy systems. Exactly. So it's like one bar is locked while they're in that room, which is quite annoying, it turns out. We have a lot of cash on hand, which is why we're heading to the store next. What do the pirates have in store for us? Probably a fight, but we'll find out. Seems the store beacon is broadcasting from within a nebula. We press on further inside the clouds. A very strange pirate market has been set up nearby. A small stream of traffic comes and goes, and it looks safe enough. Let's check out the market. Inside the market is a rather odd scene. To the left is a booth selling likely extremely illegal slug narcotics. To the right are several alien slaves kept in cages. And up ahead is a long, slender pirate running what he calls the Traveler's Booth. Well, I have no idea what the Traveler's Booth means. I wouldn't mind another crew member, but I need to find out what this is. What is the Traveler's Booth? At the very least, the booth and maps here are clean. The same cannot be said for the pirates selling them. You can buy a map of the sector, you can buy some fuel, or you can buy what the pirate calls an engine overdrive capacitor Mark III Plus. Oh, sorry. Engine overdrive capcator Mac 3 Plus. Can only be activated during hyperspeed to travel so insanely fast and put 3 jumps ahead of the rebel fleet. Unfortunately, it's very unstable and illegal and will likely destroy your engines afterwards. Can only be used once. That's fun. I'm not going to buy it. We have no room for more augments. I actually can't buy it. But that is very funny. The fuel offer is actually decent. I don't think we need the map of the sector. We're going to be jumping around everywhere anyway. But 5 fuel for 13 scrap is a pretty good deal. Well, I'm taking it. It is cheaper than they would sell fuel here normally. Dying to see it in action. I mean, it's gonna jump you 3 jumps ahead and blow your engines up so you arrive with broken engines, but the problem is we just had no room. The recycler module can be used to convert fuel, scrap, drone parts, or just random junk into missiles. I'm just going to sell this. We don't need it. We're not using missiles right now, and we probably aren't going to start. So let's resell the recycler module and sell the hull repair drone. Excellent drone, but I don't think we're going to be going for that. What if we get to go to Plaid? That would be pretty fun, but I don't think it's going to be happening. Now, they have an ion charge weapon, which is fun, but we have so much ion already. I don't know if we need any more. Pierce laser's no good. Stun bomb doesn't help us. The crew's not bad. I don't know if we need a slug right now. They got some systems, though. Getting cloaking could be pretty nice. It's always good. That's kind of why I wanted to save up so much money, is so we could grab a system like cloaking if it came through. So I might just pick that up. I'm uncertain what I want to keep about these two. I might swap the Ranceur in for the Spontoon Beam later. Having any direct damage is nice, though. Or the Energy Charger could swap in for one of these energy cannons, since I can't use them both right now anyway. That's probably a good idea. Because I'm already not using the second energy cannon. But we're going to buy cloaking because it's so good. I'm just trying to decide what else we're going to do with our remaining ability to sell things. The energy charger calls to me. I need it! 5-second charge ions are pretty darn good, even if you don't actually charge it up. It's just really fast ion damage. Problem is we can't run it yet because we just don't have enough money to get our weapons up to speed. Ideally, eventually the laser artillery should handle most of our actual firepower. I'm thinking of just selling one of these. The reason I'm debating it is because in theory I could do this later. I could run the energy charger, both energy cannons, and the Spontoon Beam. And that gives us a lot of ion power and also some direct firepower. And this simple ion, it's okay. But, like, it's not great. It's 1 ion every 9 seconds. This is 2 ion every 12 seconds. This is 3 ion every 15 seconds, or 1 every 5. So, like, this is the most efficient ion we have. These are both better than the simple ion. They just take more power in exchange. So, like, right now, the simple ion's really good because we can't afford to run more than 3 power in weapons anyway. But I don't know if I want to sell one of these because we might wind up using them later. And I'm uncertain about what I want to do with the Ranceur beam, because it is good, but I don't know if I want it over the ability to do actual system damage, because if we do run all these energy weapons, we can't do any system damage. I think the energy ion combo is fun, especially because it doesn't punish you like ion does for ioning an already fully ioned room, because you're still doing hull damage. So, like, this does still let you pummel down enemies. The system damage is the part that I'm a little uncertain about the Ranceur's value for. Because if we can't kill systems, putting breaches in systems doesn't actually help us. I think I am going to sell the Ranceur for now. We used it last time, and I don't think it really goes with our build right now. So getting rid of it gives us a little bit more scrap and a little bit more space. And we need both of those things if we're going to keep jumping. So let's go ahead and... I almost want to get the engines, but we need to start investing more in our weapons. Let's save the rest of our money, I guess, because I can't quite afford this. I'm 1 scrap short of being able to buy the next upgrade. Nah, I'll buy it, and we can move the power if we need to. We may not need to. The problem is we need a power bar for cloaking also, so we're a little energy starved right now, but we'll figure it out. There's a distress beacon over here, and we have about 5 jumps left, which is probably going to be more like 7 jumps if we jump through all these nebula beacons. But let's see what the distress beacon wants. Maybe they've got something fun. It's another asteroid field. We'll figure it out. There's a big mess in this asteroid field with a lot of boxes floating in space. A leech ship, presumably involved with this, hails.
We are in some pretty deep doo-doo here. My cargo bay wasn't locked down properly and it came open at the worst time. You gotta help us.
Yeah, okay, why not? It's just gonna take time, so we're gonna have them overrunning us, but we should be able to get out and still make things happen. Let's help the leeches collect their strewn cargo and see what they got. Oh, wow. Okay. It takes quite some time to collect the lost cargo. Unfortunately, it's so time-consuming that the Rebel fleet is able to gain on your position. The leeches also seem to be somewhat impatient.
This'll have to do, though it would have taken much longer without your help. For your aid, please take this reward. Out of all the races in this galaxy, our people are the ones who deal the most with asteroid fields, so we know a thing or two about autopilots. We can upgrade yours.
We got 3 fuel, a drone part, 26 scrap, and a piloting upgrade. Neat. Unfortunately, fleet pursuit is doubled, which means they're going to be running over us in a second, but hey, a free system upgrade is still a free system upgrade. And piloting is a nice one to have a little bit of a buffer in. Alright, we can just chill out in here for a while, help our people get some extra evasion, because if we put it on double time, like, every asteroid that comes across us gives us a chance to power our shields and to improve our evasion. And, like, yeah, technically it's optimal to sit around here for a bit and just train your skills like that, but it's so slow, man. I don't know. We're not going to do it. Let's jump out of here and keep rolling. Unfortunately, the next thing is another store. Don't have a lot of money left, but that's the only option we have, so let's go see what they've got. It seems this store beacon is broadcasting from within the nebula. Pirates nowadays are just commonplace. Hell, if there wasn't a pirate here, you'd have been more surprised. Looks like the station here is a market of sorts, and they're open to trading with anyone. Well, we could attack them, but that's kind of mean. They're pirates, so it probably doesn't matter, but no need to start a fight for no reason. Let's say hello.
Ugh, feds? You aren't here to arrest us, are you?
When you shake your head, the pirates relax and show us where they're keeping various crates of resources. Apparently, they won't let you trade until you've bought one. Well, these do all suck. I wonder if we buy nothing, do they attack us because they think we are, in fact, actually here to fight them? I don't know. They might just let us leave, but they might fight us also. we're not going to spend 15 scrap on 3 fuel. That's like the least efficient purchase we could possibly make. And we don't have that much money, so we buy nothing. Oh, no, they don't attack us. They just make us leave with getting nothing. Okay. Well, we have what? We have 2 jumps until we have to get out of here? That's going to be a tough one, because we can't jump that fast. But since this one's a nebula, it should slow them down just enough that we can get 1, 2, 3 and get out safely. So let's do that. A shot flies right past our ship, and seconds later, a purple vessel comes drifting out of the clouds. Looks like it's ghosts, and they don't look friendly. Alright, well, they actually don't look dangerous either. I think that's it might just be a basic heavy laser. Maybe a heavy 2? It's taken a long time to charge, so it might be a heavy 2. No, it's a single shot. Okay, they can't hurt us. They are harmless. Let's go ahead and start pummeling them with the... Oh, actually, they're going to get through the first shot there. I guess it doesn't matter really, because they can't do much anyway. But let's just make sure they don't get that system back, thanks. Keep them in our sights. And then Spontoon Beam through here. Great. They don't need systems, they'll be fine. Getting some nice skill ups there too, we'll take it. They have 2 hull left, so they're not going to be alive for very long, because there's the finishing barrage. If every Federation ship removed Dynasty vessels with the same level of efficiency as us, it would be no wonder that they hate us all. However, from our experience, it doesn't seem there are many competent captains out there to explain the phenomenon. 2 missiles, a drone part, and 25 scrap, and some serious shade on the other captains. We are here to start fights. Alright, we have just enough time to get to the exit beacon. I'd love to go to these 2 distress beacons, but evidently we do not have time anymore. 75 scrap is enough to get us 2 more power bars, so we can actually turn on more of these weapons. I think we'll go double energy 2 for now. That seems pretty fun. And have a power bar to spare for the cloaking. Let's roll out of here, because they are hot on our tail. A smuggler approaches, brandishing their weapons, but not their contraband. Sorry, we meet on unfavorable terms, but we're starved for fuel, and I'm afraid you're our only shot to get out of here before the patrols catch us. No hard feelings, it's just business. Well, we refuse to pay tribute. Too bad. You'll regret this decision. Will we? I don't think we will. They have a fire beam drone, 2-shot laser, and a bomb, so they can hurt us, but if we use the cloak properly, it's unlikely they'll be able to hurt us. They're going to be boarding us in a second, though. That is annoying. What if we just cloak now? No, I want to wait until they fire one of those lasers. It's a single dude, that's fine. We'll let him chill out in there for a minute. Alright, here comes the barrage. So, I think we're going to go all in on shields for now to make sure we get in. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Everything we hit will hit shields in some way. There's 2 shots coming at you from 2 different firing points. Alright, we only hit them directly very little, but that should be enough. We want to fire... Oh, that bomb did launch. Let's fire the Spontoon Beam at... the weapons in the helm. I guess it doesn't really matter where. Where'd the bomb go? I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and cloak now so they don't start any fires. Ah, it hit us on the other side of the ship, which is actually fine. Alright. Let's make sure that Mantis has a really bad day and keep pummeling these goons. They're about to get fried by the big guns. They try to surrender with a terrible surrender offer, and we show no mercy. Oh, no! The Mantis teleported home at the exact second they exploded. He was gonna die anyway, but that is unfortunate for him. Alright, we got a missile, a drone part, and 32 scrap. And let's close the doors and get some team in there to fix those holes. You can get in there and start, and I guess it doesn't really matter whoever else we send. I assume that leech regeneration doesn't work when they're suffocating because they're actively taking damage. So they'd have to have a chance to... wrong button. They'd have to have a chance to stop suffocating before they would instantly heal again. And he did, in fact, instantly heal the second the regeneration ticks happened there, so that makes sense, too. Okay, well, let's keep rolling. We have 57 scrap. We're trying to save up for a little bit more engine, a little bit more weapon control, and maybe some more of these other things. We got so many things to put money into this run. But more guns would be fun. It would let us upgrade one of our energy 2s into the charge energy beam that we just got. So let's keep rolling and see if we can do it. We've arrived at the long-range beacon. Is there anything we can still do on board the ship? I think we already did our salvage mission. Yeah, we did. Repairing the hull here is probably not worth it, so we're going to do nothing and jump onwards. Let's keep rolling. What do we have here? The Gathering Garden Worlds. It's got an exclamation mark, so there's probably something interesting in here. Let's see what this is all about. We've never seen this one before. We've entered hyperspeed. And we have no options. It's the Orchid Garden Worlds. It is a unique area. The nomenclature is the Orchid Gathering. The locations of interest are Urtlak-et. The Garden Worlds are the center of Orchid space and are home to Urtlak-et, the Grand Orchid Gardens, and where the Orchid's ships and weapons are grown. Interesting. Let's exit hyperspeed and see if we can go find it. We've discovered the Orchid Garden Worlds, the home worlds of the shy but usually friendly race of plants. Though they are highly protective of this sector and the massive plants for which they grow their signature kernel weapons from, they're not likely to be unfriendly to a Federation ship such as yourself. That's a lot of lasers on this guy. The Praetorian Guard. An Orchid Praetor hails you.
Federation ship! We would like to welcome you to our sector. We regret to tell you that our space is not as safe as we would like it to be, but if you need our help, we will assist you. As much as we are able, of course.
Good thing these plants are so friendly. Okay, let's request support. The Orchid looks at us quizzically.
That can be arranged, within our means, that is. What did you have in mind, exactly?
Some supplies would be nice.
I wish we could, but we can't spare any. We hope you understand.
Alright, never mind. I see I'm not wanted. So we gotta go find those homeworlds, which is gonna be tricky when we don't actually have the ability to detect where they are on the map. We have, what, 10 jumps exactly? So we can probably scoot around through some of these population centers. I don't know if the outpost is gonna be our best use of time. We go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kind of deal. Not quite, yeah, no, that would work. It's 11 until we get here though, so that's not super efficient. And if we come back down this way, we can't really make that jump work. But whatever, let's jump over here first and see what we find, and then we'll figure the rest out. Vampweeds are known to drink a fair bit as a culture, and intoxicated orchids aren't an uncommon sight here. Unfortunately, the side effects of heavy drinking tend to cause irrational decisions, such as engaging renegades in combat. Alright, if they want to fight us, we'll fight them. I don't know what that thing is. Some kind of kernel weapon and a big-looking hull laser. I don't love that, but we have a cloaking for exactly this scenario. Might as well just leave auto fire permanently on, because we're going to want to be doing it. Alright, shields are down. That means these guys are in for a bad time. It is a bomb, but it fired in an empty room, so that is fine. Bunch of lasers. Let's go ahead and cloak out that last shot. Thank you very much. Nice try. But you are dead. Alright, let's go fix this breach before it does us any more harm.
No, I never even got pollen on my pistol. Screw you, renegade.
Well, that's pretty rude. We got a fuel, 2 missiles, and 24 scrap. They just say that on the open comms. Well, let's get people back out of here, though, because they're suffocating already. And quick flash of healing to get everyone back up to full. We have 81 scrap to spend. We could put it in the weapons control, but we don't actually have enough to run it, and we might want to save up and get more shields before we put more energy into weapons, because enemies are starting to have a little bit more firepower than they did before. Okay, this is all stores. I think we're going to try and avoid stores for now. I don't think we have anything we want to sell. No. We're just going to keep jumping and see what else we can find. So let's hop over this way, and then we'll make our way up through here. Drunk Mantis are more friendly, who knew? Exactly. Ooh, It's a fun color scheme, very green, green smears. As we approach the beacon, you notice a syndicate vessel accosting what seems to be a gathering immigration center. You catch a few scattered messages between the two parties. Hand over the fugitives immediately and no one else has to get hurt. You think you can hide them forever? The theocracy will just keep sending more and more troops until you're all dead. You fancy a crusader bashing down your doors right now? Let's get involved, why not? Defend the immigration center. We won't stand for such a blatant injustice when we can have a word in it. We'll line our crosshairs on the mercenary scum once more. Yeah, they have 3 shields already. Jeez. They also have a burst 2 and a hull beam of some kind. We are going to take a lot of lasers in this fight. Let's just focus fire on shields and deal with the borders that are inevitably coming our way. And of course they go right in the artillery beam. That's rude of them. Alright, split them up a little bit. Ideal. That should take them a little while of suffocation to get through. And I'm actually going to leave that door open. That's perfectly good. So, our fire is in place. They're going to be shooting at us in a second here, but if we can land a spontoon beam before they get hit, that would be really nice. I don't know if it's actually going to work in the way I want, but we're going to fire it here. And now that it's firing, we can cloak without a further penalty. Lovely. Now, let's auto-fire on shields still here. And they've decided wisely to go back home. Unfortunately for them, home's about to explode. Because that is a dead Syndicate colonizer. Nice try. This ship's pretty powerful. I didn't really respect the energy very much, but I understand now what the benefit of it is, which is that unlike an ion weapon, which can lock down a system pretty easily, once it's locked down, all it can do is keep it stunned. It doesn't do anything else. Energy weapons can keep a system stunned and also contribute to destroying the enemy at the same time, even if they're not doing system damage. So it's pretty good, actually. We put another mercenary out of commission. Syndicate's going to have to do better whenever we get involved. We get 2 fuel, a drone part, and 26 scrap. And the immigration center, the station is in utter disarray with prospectful immigrants and gathering staff members alike huddled under makeshift shelter and a scattering of disorganized security guards on the alert. You receive a hail not from the staff, but rather from a lone rockman.
Thank God you came. The mercenaries jammed the comms and my staff couldn't send a distress signal to the Praetorian in time. My name's Corbin, and I trust your friendly faces. I was a lost son once, but I wanted a new life away from the fighting. Bless Ariadne, she arranged everything personally to get me out of there. The Gathering seemed a better choice over the Union for a new life, but now it seems I'll never be free of these mercenaries.
Well, let's take Corbin with us. Why not? We could use a Lost Son commando. He has the set your rooms on fire ability, which is pretty funny because he's a Lost Son commando. But we're probably not going to wind up using that one. Get on our ship, thank you.
I'm not too inclined to join back up with another military operation, but I suppose saving the multiverse takes a bit of a higher precedent anyway, right? Maybe once this is over, the theocracy will finally give up on me.
Notoriety decreased with the Gathering. Lovely. Alright, I think he's going to take over as our pilot, which is unfortunate because the Thing is a really good pilot, but I love rock pilots. They're just so effective at it. So, I think you're going to be taking over stations in our anti-boarding crew, the Thing, which honestly I feel like you'd love. So now the question is, what do we want to rename our Rockman? We need a new alien name for them. And we never renamed Starger. No, didn't mean to click dismiss. Let's rename them first. There's our Yerk. I forgot to do that a while ago. But now what are we going to call our new Rockman? I don't know what's an appropriately bulky alien. What do we want to go with here? I'm trying not, as much as we can, to duplicate franchises with our alien names. So, like, he's a big fighty person. We could call him Klingon, right? But we already have a Borg, so I think this is our Star Trek representation. We could call them a... oh no. What is Chewbacca's race called? I'm forgetting now. A Wookiee? Wookiee. I think Wookiee makes a lot of sense here. We don't actually have any Star Wars representation. Oh yeah, people are confirming. I got it right. He's our Wookiee then. That looks good to me. Bit of a pyromaniac Wookiee, but he'll do fine. Okay. Let's see here. We've got... The reason I remembered it is because I thought of, let the Wookiee win. But probably going to pump more power into the weapons, honestly. I'd love to get a bit more shields. I was thinking of saving up for that. But being able to run all of these gives us a lot of ion potential, which is probably pretty good. I could bring the charge on because it's really fast is the only question. Because the simple ion gives us the ability to target more individual systems, but the power of the charged ion is that every shot only takes 5 seconds to charge. Which is really good, and I think I'm going to want to bring that one in. So let's swap you in instead. Turn off the simple ion, turn on the energy charge. And we'll see how this works for us. Bortus from the Orville. Let's keep rolling. Oh man, everything is stores. I don't want stores. It's a green area. Of course, everything is going to be stores. That's just how the game handles green sectors. But it's not what I want. All right, we have 9 jumps until we have to leave. So we could basically go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's pretty good. Just kind of scoot all around the back here. We haven't found the interesting special location here, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah. But let's see if we can find it before we run out of space. A vast, beautiful field of flowers lays on the nearby planet. A stunning view of flowers scattered across miles and miles. Picking flowers so you can sell them. We're on an orchid planet. That's such a bad idea. We have better things to do. That's like... This sounds like a war crime, honestly. We have better things to do than pick fights. Do something on board the ship. We're gonna run our salvage mission here. Survey the area. What do we find? A small shrine nearby drifts abandoned through space. Normally, you find these closer to more densely populated Elestrian temples as a sort of stopping point for ships that can't make the whole journey. But we have a Zoltan crew, which gives us the option to pray to the shrine. I've always just raided it. This is a cool option, so let's see what it does. You allow your Zoltan a few moments to utter a prayer to the shrine. Satisfied, they get up and return to the ship, and you prepare to carry on. Okay, nothing happened, but it's interesting. I had a feeling it wasn't going to give us anything, but you never know. We got a couple more jumps to go, so let's keep hopping. We've arrived at a seemingly ordinary beacon, but scans show a slip tunnel opening. Someone with a multiverse drive is jumping in nearby. Before we even have time to react, a foreign vessel comes barreling towards us. We've never seen or heard of a ship like this, but we don't have time to question it. Get ready to fight. It's another one of these time accelerator ships. It has the time module here. Okay. They have what is this? This is a mantis? Mind-controlled mantis? Gracie Siren here. They don't have boarding, but they are going to be mind-controlling us, which is probably going to be annoying. Okay. They mind-controlled us in the helm, and then immediately increased the speed of time in that room. Great. Let's get in there before we vaporize our own systems. Time magic does weird things. This is such a fast fight. I don't even know if it means that the mind control wears off faster. We're just murdering our crew at incredible speed. I'm gonna have to dip out of there before we kill them. Yeah, that's annoying. Let's get out of there, I guess. He's gonna break our weapons in a second. I'm assuming the extra attack speed here doesn't affect the mind control because the mind control is on the person, and they're not speeding up the system room. They're speeding up the room that they've attacked, which is nasty. We could cloak out, but they haven't actually fired anything yet, so it doesn't matter. And the energy charger is still going to be up even after they take out that first bar. So it should be fine, but it is not nice. Okay, the super speed wore off, but we can't afford to send anybody else in there to body block for it. We're gonna wait until this thing is fully charged. Okay, never mind. We are going to fire now. Actually, that's perfect. All right, fire there now. Wow, they missed like crazy. That actually worked out great. All right, if we could hit any of those shots, we would have been able to actually do some good damage to them here. I should have turned the simple eye on earlier, but it didn't even occur to me. I really wanted to hit this mind control to end it prematurely because they're about to destroy another bar of system health, and I don't think we can do anything about it. It's very annoying. Man, this system sucks. I hate that thing. Okay, let's auto-fire this. Okay, there it wore off. Good. Let's get the crew back in here briefly so we can repair this at super speed. That's a fun bonus for us, at least. We get to repair really fast. And I think we're going to cloak out this next one. Pop the energy in there. You need to go heal. Here comes this barrage. We did hit them with our gun, which is pretty nice. Let's spawn-tune through here as well, so they're less likely to be able to hit us with that again. There's the good shot. Whatever these aliens are, looks like they aren't above traditional cowardice. Scans show their FTL drive is powered up, and now they're trying to escape. Alright, I think we're just gonna dodge this so they can't do anything about it. And they should be dead as soon as the spontoon is recharged. Because there's no one in the helm. They're trying to fix all their broken systems. Alright, you get back in here, you get back in there, and let's put the power back in the oxygen for now. There they go! I didn't even need the spontoon, the energies are enough. The mysterious vessel is destroyed. We scrap its smooth white hull while the rainbow lights continue to flicker in and out of life. I wish our ship had RGB lighting. We got 2 fuel, 1 drone part, and 24 scrap. Alright, team, good work. I guess we keep jumping out towards this outpost. A mantis suzerain, his carapace laden with scars from his ancient past, glares at us through the monitor.
The Federation Mantis War never ended. I refuse to recognize the treaties. Still to this day, I, last bastion of glorious decade, continue our work. I will eradicating every last scumling in the galaxy. The flowers are weak, but you, surely, are even weaker.
Can you unlock the time ship? Oh, certainly you can. I don't know how, but I'm sure you can. Was that a hacking drone they just fired at us? That's mean. I don't know if I want to let them do that. First of all, let's suffocate that dude. It looks like it's gonna hit probably the doors or the radar here, though, which means it's not that big a deal. Let's get you out of doors real quick. I was correct! They hit the doors, and we made it out just in time. Well, we're hacked, actually, so it doesn't matter. Everything is going to be locked now. That's annoying. I don't think we have anyone who can go through the doors. Yeah. I don't really want that to hit me either, actually. So they have a missile here. It might be worth saving that, because right now while doors are hacked, it's really annoying to get over there. And since they're about to destroy our med bay, because I can't get to it because the doors are hacked, we might want to just slow down the rate at which they hit us first, so we can try and do something about this, get some ion on them, and slow them down. It's not a huge amount of delay, though. It's just going to sit there and wait for us to come back. It's probably better. They have a 2-shot heavy and an ion, so we're actually in a lot of danger here. This is a pretty seriously bad news ship. I better let them hit us. But the problem is, with doors broken, we also can't fix the oxygen problem we're gonna have, and the boarding drone looks like it's going into shields or weapons. We can't get backup in there either. So, this is a pretty mean combo right now, actually. I don't like it. Let's see. I guess it's still gonna be better to wait, though. Yeah, it's the shields. He's decided to come help, which is extremely bad for our Zoltan. You need to bail, dude. You need to get out of there right now. We cannot help you. You need to run. Okay, good. It ran out. Thank goodness. Okay, let's get the crew in there that can actually survive fighting for a couple of seconds in the room. You can jump in there too. And we're just about fully charged here. Did they just fire a missile? I don't know if I saw. There's an ion for sure. That's a big ion. Woof. Alright, thankfully that shouldn't matter. They are hitting us pretty hard though, so let's swap our crew around. These guys, Mantis Suzerains, are probably using their active ability, so they're like extra punchy. And this this robot is also a problem. We're just about fully charged here, so we can... Ooh, did not see that thing! We're gonna go ahead and fire all weapons on shields with auto-fire turned on. And then we are going to cloak so they do not fry us with those big lasers. No, thank you. They hit us in the... No! They hit us anyway! Our evasion is only 85% because I had to take someone out of the engines to go deal with the boarders. That sucks. We needed this. That's how we're going to be able to hurt these guys. Okay, we have got to fire through here. They have a ton of drones on this ship too. So this is just going to be a problem for us until we eventually kill them. But at least here we have the ability to try and slow down the rate at which we get obliterated. Let's send Navi over here to start the repair process. Actually, no. Borg, you're going to go over there and start the repair process. Navi, you're going to cycle in here to help fight. Because we need some help. You'd love a battle recap without the pausing. Yeah, I probably don't need to pause as much as I do, but I think there's value for me in making sure I know what I'm doing. So taking the time to swap things around and make sure I don't accidentally get in over my head, for example, is just useful to wind up making sure no one gets murdered. This is a particularly nasty fight, though, for sure. We look like we're going to be able to take this guy out here without losing anybody. Yep, they go back home. Good. This drone is going to stay. You're going to run to the med bay because you need the healing. They're going to be firing on us pretty soon if they haven't already, but we can't do anything about it because the cloak is on cooldown. So we may need to get hit. I knew that was going to happen. We dodged the room, killing Asari with suffocation the second before it goes off. Turn the med bay on, please. You guys are doing a good job in there, but you are hurting pretty bad. We need to fix this hull breach right away, because you're going to have to start running from the... Oh no! The lack of oxygen! That's exactly what I was worried about. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the hacking system to slow it down. But we might need to have everyone run right away, or we're not going to be able to get out of the room. So let's have everyone hit the door. Because the thing is dying. I forgot they had the door hack in place. Did they also just bomb the room? Really? Was that a side effect of killing the drone that I didn't know? Oh, that was our... That was... No. Navi's still alive. I thought that was our Zoltan exploding. They hit us with the missile in the worst possible room. There's no way the thing survives now. That's impossible. Ah, that's so mean! I couldn't have dodged the missile anyway. Our cloaking is still on cooldown. Hey, Ginger, you just watched us get absolutely owned. There goes 2 of our crew. 3 again in the shields. That's so mean. We just got annihilated. Oh. Oh, triple kill. That hack obliterated us. Oof. Alright, well, we've managed to take down a powerful hive elite and their ship, and now the remains are ours to scrap. 2 fuel, a missile, a drone part, and 40 scrap, but there's no way that's worth it. The cargo of the Mantis elite survived the fight, so we got a bomb launcher, but oof. The shields weren't burning. They had a Mantis and a boarding drone in there, so it had a breach in it, so we couldn't fix the breach because there were still invaders. And then the second we were able to start repairing it, they hacked the doors and then missiled the room. So my math on being able to get out would have been good, except that the missile chunked our health down again, so we weren't able to do it. Brutal. Alright, well, that's pretty bad. If we open all the internal doors, do we have enough oxygen in there, or does it just drain the ship? I think you need level 2 oxygen for that. Yeah, I think you need level 2 oxygen for that. But they can fix it easily now. Ugh. Mean. Alright, well, we're gonna need to get some more crew to recover from this mess, because that is nasty. Let's take a look here. Yeah, the stores are all well behind us now. Okay, let's buy another power bar, because we lost a Zoltan, so we no longer have that energy source. We have... we gotta come up with more names. Exactly. That's the real challenge. Now, Bork was our weapons specialist, so they're gonna stay there, and I guess our Asari is gonna go back to engines, and we just won't have a shield specialist for a little bit. Keeping them on this crew they already have skills on is probably the best. The vibe for this run, this is the xenomorph. So we are all different aliens from different franchises. Unfortunately, our variety just went down a lot because 3 people just got murdered. Let's take a look at the map and keep rolling, I guess. This is nothing, so let's go to the outpost, then work our way through here. The nearby outpost appears to be a retrofitted terraforming platform that now acts as an emergency supply outpost. The Federation has brought much prosperity to the Gathering. It is only right that we repay our debts. The floral gestures towards the docking bay where a team awaits your ship. Fuel, ammunition, or drone parts? Well, fuel's definitely the best one for us. We might use it. Thank you very much. Who got murdered? Our leech named Yerk. Our first human, The Thing, from John Carpenter's The Thing. And our Zoltan, who was Navi. Let's keep jumping around, though. We got lots of places to go. So I think we want to try and go... How many jumps we have left? We have 5. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, might as well. See what we can get. We're surprised to find not 1, but 2 elite ships squaring off at this beacon. A Lanius Welder and an Orchid Praetor have entered a duel, and we find ourselves caught in the middle of it. Well, we're in an Orchid sector. We might as well help the Orchids. We intercept the Lanius ship and prepare for combat. You petitioned that any slug is called Go'uld? What's that a reference to? I'm not sure if I know that one. We're aiming for species names also, not individual aliens. Let's do nothing and fight these guys. We are taking a lot of damage, though. We're gonna need to get some healing done in a bit. They have a flak and a big laser. Stargate. Ah, yes. Oh yeah, that's a problem. We have no crew on doors anymore. They can just go wherever they want. I guess we need to get the crew over there so we can get in at the same time and they don't immediately beat us up. because they are going to be suffocating us the whole time. Let's stop the system damage. The suffocation we'll deal with. If I open the whole ship, do we counter the suffocation in there? Looks like no, they just suffocate the whole ship then, so I guess we're going to be suffocating. They are a species, the name of the bad guys, they're parasitic worms. Nice. That would be a good one for another leech, too. I have no doubt that you're correct. I just... my Stargate knowledge is, I think, basically just the movie. I haven't really watched much of the show. Okay, this big laser we're going to be saving the cloak to dodge the first salvo of, but I think we're just going to have to sacrifice this system. I don't think I can actually fight these guys in here. They do too much damage too fast. We're going to get back in here, we're going to cloak out to dodge the big death beam coming our way. And we're going to have to sacrifice this. The 3 shields is also a problem for us. They are getting more and more common, and we are not super well equipped to deal with them. Now with the medbay turned on, we might be able to fight those guys in there. Spontoon beam, you're gonna come through these 3 rooms, I think. There's no way to hit 4 there, and these are the most important ones in my opinion. Take down their shield piercing ability and their ability to get out of dodge. Now, once we start suffocating, I think they might start beating us in this fight. But at the very least, we should be able to hold our own. Unfortunately, with the artillery beam taken out, our main source of big firepower is pretty limited. They are hitting us with the big laser barrage now too, which is not going to go well for us because the cloak is still on cooldown. That's looking mean. Run! Run! Okay, no, they hit us a bunch, but we're alive. Open internal doors to get the airflow around. Let's get you guys back onto repairing this. We actually will kill them on our next energy hit or the spontoon beam, so they're not a problem. But man, we are taking a lot of damage. We defeat the Lanius elites, and now the bounty of their ship is ours. 2 fuel, a missile, and 37 scrap, and when we contact the Orchids, the Orchid silently nods to you in thanks and gives you a kernel weapon from their ship as payment. An elite charge kernel. I don't know what that is. It sounds neat. Let's finish repairing this, get people back to stations, and figure it out. Alright. What is that? The Elite Charge Kernel. A modified kernel launcher that can charge up to 2 shots. Powerful elite version with guaranteed stun and higher chance to ignore the ammo cost. So it's a 50% chance for having free ammo, missile weapon, 7 seconds, charges up pretty fast. 1 hull damage, some crew damage, and 100% stun for 7 seconds. Well, that's pretty cool. We can try it. We have a bunch of missiles now, and it only takes 1 power. So, that could be a fun thing to mix into our arsenal. It's not a lot of damage to systems, like it's 2. 2 damage to systems. But the stunning is pretty neat. And being able to save the ammo could be really good. If you get... Well, so where is it? The internal upgrade for explosive replicator here, this one. 50% chance stacks multiplicatively with weapons replication chance. Does that mean it has a 75% chance? Because it's multiplicatively? Or how does that work? Because if we could make it so that it's free missiles, that would be pretty cool. But I think 75% is what we'd get, which is a little less fun, but still pretty good. But like, it's an expensive upgrade, so I don't know. But we're going to try it either way, because right now I think our simple ion needs to get retired anyway. And this gives us a little bit more variety in our arsenal. We do want to pump some power into it, and we can just actually afford to turn it on. Okay, I really want the shield upgrades, because we're starting to get smashed a lot. Oh yeah, 75% is pretty ridiculous for weapons that ignore all shields. Yeah, they're missiles. Free missiles 75% of the time is pretty wild. Let's pop the weapons up one more. I think this is maybe a little overkill. We're low on health and we can't afford to do any repairs. There's distress beacons everywhere. Well, okay, here's an alternative. Let me swap the ion for the energy 2 right now. That way we can use the energy charger and the ion and the missile and the beam. And I think that's going to be more value for us than just having the ion weapons in here for now. So let's give that a try. And then we can save up for more shields because we are getting smashed. And I would like to not be smashed. I think that'll work better. Question. I haven't used charge missiles in a while. People who do, if you save up 2 shots, does it take 2 missiles? Or does it just take 1? Is it every time you fire it at all that it counts a missile? I don't know. Let's go to this distress beacon, then that distress beacon, then here, and then exit. So let's see what we can find. Because it's 3 jumps left? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4 is fine. Just 1 missile. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure, and I figured I should double check. This area of the gathering seems to normally be a low traffic region. Despite this, an Orchid distress call is coming from this area. This area, this area? That's a little bit of this area overuse. A badly damaged cruiser of Orchid design is sending out a distress call. A coalition predator follows close behind, firing upon it. That's a lot of guns. Oh man. We are going to get killed here, aren't we? Let's offer assistance to the Orchid. We're here to go for it. We're greeted by a visibly withered Orchid. Both of his heritages are identifiable, having notable traits from both the florals and the vampweeds. Despite the state of his ship, he hasn't lost the veneer of professionalism.
Salutations. My name is Ty Irel.
He gestures to the attacking ship.
Any assistance you could offer would be greatly appreciated.
However, the moment you contact the Orchids, you attract the attention of the Coalition Predator. Demand the Coalition ship stop firing. As you hail the Coalition Predator, you're greeted by the sight of a Mantis Bishop.
You have stuck your ugly nose where it doesn't belong, renegade. The Hive has unfinished business with this meddlesome bureaucrat. This will be your one chance to escape death at our hands.
This is such a bad fight for us, too. They have a Mantis ship with teleportation. They got a mind control. We only have 3 crew. They got a pile of guns, a flame beam, big burst. Like, oh, this is so bad. Why do you hate Ty Irel?
Pah! Renegades and their insipid curiosity.
The bishop hesitates, but then unloads into a furious rant.
The Hive was winning! When those simpering flowers joined the Federation, we thought it had no chance to affect the outcome of the war. That worthless shrub convinced the Confederacy to abandon us! We could win 100 fights on the ground and never make up for the losses the Federation would inflict in a single space battle. Without their weapons, their shipyards, the Hive could never maintain a fleet to continue our conquest.
The bishop pounds the console viciously. He finishes with a cold remark.
His infestation must be burned from the galaxy to send a message to all who refuse an alliance with the Hive.
Why wait until now? Let's just bother this poor guy. This Mantis just wants to kill someone. We're making him have a full essay of conversation. Why wait until now? The bishop aims a sharp appendage at you.
Had it not been for my queen, I would have killed him long ago. But she was convinced they would turn against us even more if we attacked their diplomats.
The bishop spreads its appendages wide.
But the Coalition has shown her a new path, and now there's nothing holding us back.
The Coalition ship turns to face yours. Looks like a conflict is now inevitable.
You ask too many questions. You cannot be allowed to live.
4 shields. Ah! Yeah, okay. I knew talking through this guy wasn't gonna work. Let's do some last minute checkups and do a repair. Because we need one. Thanks. Time for battle. Oh, they mind controlled our captain. Great, we need him to fly the ship. Okay. Flak's not so scary, but with everything else it's pretty bad. Missile, burst 2, fire beam. This is gonna hurt. a lot. They have so much shield bar, too. Oh, boy. Here comes trouble. They have an Ampere, so they're gonna take all the power out of our systems, too. Oh, boy. This is gonna be bad. How do we even slow these guys down? They're splitting them up. The Rockman Crusader is really slow, but really beefy. This is the one we had in our last run there with 300 health. Ampere here might be manageable. I'm unsure where this guy's gonna go. He's going to our helm. Oh. No, we need a helm to work, thank you. That's not good. I guess, Borg, you need to go slow him down instead. Something just exploded in here, and I don't know what it was. What just exploded in here? Oh! Oh! He's starting fires! No! Don't do that! Because he's hostile, they can use his start fires ability against us. I didn't even think about that. Alright, well, we are slowly punching through them here, but they are about to start really hurting us, I think. We have the charge kernel fired up. We're going to fire that on weapons because we need them to not hurt us so bad after the first salvo gets dodged. Oh, they did hit us in the shields too. Alright, now we have to cloak. That wore off, so that helps. Unfortunately, we did start the fire we were worried about. They're leaving. We have to go fix the shields. They hit us anyway, because our dodge isn't high enough. So the engines are now destroyed, and Asari is taking more damage. And they're on fire! Alright, let's vent that out so we can get the fire out of there before they kill the rest of our crew. Our helm is burning, so we're not going to be able to flee. That's pretty much as bad as it could be right now. I think we are maybe looking at a death here, friends. This is bad. If we can do enough damage to their weapons before they get a chance to murder us, then maybe we'll be okay. Oh, they fled. That's nice. However, they did get another bomb in our engines. So we're gonna have no evasion now, basically, which is gonna suck. And our helm is actually destroyed anyway, so you know what? It actually didn't matter. We had no evasion anyway. Okay. We are in the bad timeline here for the survival of our crew. The shields are back online, but you guys can't go into those fires. You have to go heal yourselves before you get murdered. Now, thankfully, this should be enough to take the shields down. And they are firing a lot of guns at us. This is gonna hurt. We're gonna fire the charge at the weapons again, and we can maybe take them out here. They're gonna take weapons from the energy, the charge missiles, and the Spontoon. Spontoon can't hit 4 rooms here, so I think we're gonna settle for hitting these 3, because they can't dodge right now either. And this should kill them in another couple of shots. They've got another bomb coming, which we can't do anything about. It is hitting our weapons, which is very bad for us. Alright, well, at least these guys should still die when the next energy hits them. Yes. What a mess. I'm kind of amazed we survived that as well as we did. That could have been so bad. We took 4 damage. The Coalition Predator is vanquished. The Ambassadorial Cruiser approaches ours as we scrap the Predator's remains, getting 3 fuel, a drone part, and 43 scrap. The elderly Plant appears on our view screen. He looks completely unruffled despite the recent attempt on his life.
Your arrival is timely. My compliments to your punctuality. My ship isn't in the best condition, but I would be more than happy to let you take it back to the Federation.
What's next for you?
Retirement, eventually. It never feels like the right time, what with the galaxy constantly trying to rip itself to pieces.
He straightens his back stem, groaning.
I could help you out for a short time on the off chance you need an ambassador or just an experienced set of hands.
We get a fuel, 2 missiles, a drone part, 40 scrap, and Tyrell, the Caudalian ambassador. We need that. We need crew so bad. So let's go ahead and accept Tyrell. Thank you for joining.
I will report to your ship right away. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Captain.
Tyrell walks onto our ship carrying stacks of books and documents. Character recruited. Leaf a good impression. Alright, well we got a ship on lock, so that's fun. Our ship is burning still, so I should go deal with that because we don't really have good doors to solve that problem. Let's get that fixed up so we can tell if any other rooms are on fire. No, it looks like we're okay. Now, what is your actual list of abilities? You're a weird alien. You're born from a vampweed mother and a floral father who serves as an ambassador between the two races. Inherited orchid stats. They refills oxygen, takes 75% more damage from fire, slightly reduced suffocation damage. Inherited the floral stats. Friendly clue in the same room, gave an additional 20% max health, repair speed, and heal speed. And he inherited the vampweed stats. Enemy crew in the same room lose 15% of their max health and move 25% slower. And you can hit the button to apply those buffs and penalties to the entire ship. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we need to find our name for our plant alien while we're doing our repairs here. I had actually, do you generate enough oxygen to solve this problem with the oxygen turned on? You might. No, you don't. We're running out of oxygen really fast. He doesn't have the oxygen production, I guess. Okay, that's fine. Close the doors. Engines are getting repaired. Looking good. Triffid? Maybe, yeah. Let's finish fixing all these broken bits. Actually, I'm going to decide where I want them to go. We had 2 airlocks still open. That's right. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Listen, we're still trying to recover from a complete catastrophic failure. I'm allowed to make some silly mistakes. For now, you're going to sit on the shields. I don't know what you're good at. You're good at piloting, apparently. Were you good at everything? No, just piloting. But I think I still like having Wookiee in the piloting. The extra survivability just helps you stay there. The fire immunity is really good. The fact that he can get mind controlled and set the helm on fire might be a disqualifying factor. I just haven't decided yet. Yeah, okay, he does in fact regenerate oxygen nicely. Okay, the other thing that I was thinking about aliens-wise for our plant here would be the plant from Little Shop of Horrors, but I don't know if we know what it's called. Oh, Urquan? Yeah, Urquan's pretty good. Gotta decide on what we're feeling for these guys. I'm trying to think of other plant aliens, and I don't know if I can. Triffids are definitely good plant aliens, so that might be what we go with. The Urquan from very old game from Star Control. I don't know much about them because I never actually played any of those games. I think I'm going to go with Triffid on these guys. Good plant alien name. Alright. We'll probably have more options to get more crew, because we need some. Spelled Wookiee with 2 E's? I don't... Is it? I don't know, man. Spelling in the Star Wars series is always weird. Alright, what are we doing with our money? We have a lot of it, and we have not a lot of life. And we're about to jump into another distress beacon. So, yeah, the thing about Audrey, I love Audrey as the space alien plant, but we're trying to avoid individual names It is 2 E's. Oh, there you go. I'll add another E. But I don't think we actually know the species that Audrey is, or Audrey 2 from the Little Shops of Horrors stuff. Because that was my first inclination, but I don't know what it's called. So I think we're going to go ahead and bump up our shields here, because man, I would love to not get exploded. Anyone willing to not explode us would be great to me. Let's jump into the next distress beacon and see if we immediately get murdered again, because no matter where we go towards our objective, it's a distress beacon. Mean green mother from outer space, exactly. By the time we reach the beacon, a praetor seems to have already responded to the distress call. Its origin was a small brown shuttle. They seem to be discussing something. Well, let's say hello. Respond to the distress call.
Maybe this Federation ship can help me. Renegade! It's good timing that you have come. The Praetorian are committing a grievous wrong, one that only the caretakers of Ritlak-Et are trying to fix.
The praetor grumbles.
I'm not saying I support what's being done, but the praetors are preoccupied. With the recent campaign against our border, we cannot afford the infighting. We don't have the resources.
What's going on? The caretaker leans in.
The Gathering is forcibly relocating many natives of Ritlak-Et, which will no doubt inflict considerable harm. You need to help us make our case to the Gathering. Stand up for those who cannot stand for themselves. None of the other florals are willing to help.
The hell is Ritlak-Et? It's the home world. We know that. Why can't the praetor help? He told us. Both of these are terrible questions, by the way. The praetor just explained why he can't help, and we know what Ritlak-Et is. It told us at the start of the sector. But whatever, why can't the praetor help? The praetor shakes her head.
The Outbringers believe they can weaken the Federation by burning down our garden worlds. For the most part, they'd been unsuccessful as we diverted the majority of our forces to hold the line. Truth be told, for as long as our production gardens are under threat, the Gathering is likely to push for heavier militarization. Unfortunately, one of their number managed to make it into our territory anyway. We can't divert any more ships away from the front lines, which means our ability to chase them is limited. Best we can do is defend our core worlds and hope they don't do much damage.
Okay, how can we help? The praetor clenches her foliage.
Our listening post at Qatar Lek went dark. We had a praetor stationed there, and they haven't been responding. We don't have the resources to send another right now, and they can destroy most other floral vessels. If you can take them out, they lose their one foothold in our territory, which we believe will force them to back off. And if this happens, I can certainly convince my government to offer you a ship for your fleet.
The caretaker adds,
If you want to help us, the first relocation transport is on its way to its destination. I can transmit coordinates so that we can intercept them. Either we can talk some sense into them, or we might have to get a little aggressive.
I mean, we don't have time to help either. I'd love to, but the sector's almost over. There's no way we can get to them. So this is a fight. We have to fight another praetor. Or whatever is taking out the praetor. This one is maybe a conversation with the people who are being relocated. I mean, we can try and help both. I don't know if it'll let us. Let's say we'll help both and see what they say.
Wow, really? That's unexpected.
The praetor blinks.
Here are the coordinates of the outpost.
I worry you're stretching yourself thin.
The caretaker shakes his head.
Here's the location of the transport. Much obliged.
Alright. Unfortunately, there's no way we can get over there. That's what I was a little bit worried about. I was hoping it would be here. That was basically the only chance we had of getting to it. And I wanted it to be in the next sector even more, but like... Unfortunately, the praetor one is the one that unlocks the ship. So that's just not gonna happen. There's no way we can get there and back here. It'd be like 3 jumps through heavy elite forces while we have no health. So at least we can try and do the other one, but unfortunately, since this one's in this sector, there's no way we're getting there. Let's jump over here and get to the exit, and hopefully something will let us heal. Yeah, seriously, a Ginger. Caretaker's looking at our ship falling apart at 6 HP, and they're like, are you sure? Ugh. Let's check out this beacon and see if we can maybe get something good. Some repairs would be very nice. This beacon hosts a gathering transport. It's safe to bet the ship is most likely carrying some special tech. If you can kill its crew, their cargo will be yours. But we're not fighting the gathering. We're friends with them. We avoid the ship. We can try and do some emergency repairs, but I don't think we actually have the money. We could use drone parts because we have the NG. Perfect. All right. We use drone parts, get 7 health back in exchange for 7 drones. That's excellent. It's far from efficient, but if it'll carry you to the next sector or store, it's all worth it. And I actually agree. I think that was a really great exchange for us. All right, get to the exit beacon and get out of here, because this is getting bad fast. We've arrived at the long-range beacon. We can do something aboard the ship again, and I think I'm actually going to see if I can just do the same repair trick. We're looking great all of a sudden. Two steps in, and bam, we are back to a really healthy spot. You'll love to see it. All right, next sector. We have the Duskbringer Quarter and the Outcast Colonies. I think we go to the Duskbringer Quarter because I don't think we've been there before. This should be the hostile Zoltan, I think. Achievement unlocked on a wing and a prayer. I don't know what that means. Maybe no buying repairs from a station? You've entered hyperspeed. You make a quick trip to the engines to listen to the FTL drive hum away as it works. Alright, we have no options, so we go to the Duskbringer sector. Duskbringers here, high rebel threat level. Duskbringers are much more aggressive than the Zoltan Ministry, and their sectors are a testament to it. Even worse, the Duskbringers and rebels used to work in junction and only recently split as the local and interdimensional forces feud over whether to maintain their alliance. It's unlikely we'll see many friendly faces here. It's a Villanelle achievement, Sector 5 without shop repairs. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, exit hyperspeed. This sector is no place for a Federation ship, but fate has brought you here nonetheless. Best to watch out for the Duskbringers, who will no doubt try their hardest to bring about your untimely end. The guard hails you.
Federation! You are the enemy to a glorious, peaceful future. Your presence here will not be tolerated.
I gotta give these guys a different voice. That's fine, though, for now. Alright, they got a bomb, and maybe another bomb, and an energy weapon. This is hopefully survivable for us. We could try and run away, but we're just gonna fight them. You rush to defensive positions as the guard approaches menacingly. Alright, let's go. Let's auto-fire. It is 2 bombs. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I've seen that weapon before. On the plus side, their Zoltan shield won't be that scary to us because, like, what are they gonna do? We have all ion weapons. It's gonna be gone in 2 shots. Okay. I actually don't know if we can dodge these. Like, they've fired, but they haven't showed up in the rooms. I think if we dodge, they still hit us. Because they've already decided the room they're going to hit. I don't think we can cloak out the bombs. We're just going to try and cloak out whatever this thing is. You can? Oh. Okay, then let's try it. If we have a chance of not getting multi-bombed in the face, I would love that. So let's go ahead and cloak the ship and see if we can not get blown up. Yeah, they both missed. Nice. I guess there's a split second there where they've launched, but they haven't actually decided who they're going to hit yet. I didn't realize we weren't charging the charge kernel, so that's going to make it a little harder for us to take out their weapons before they can hit us again. That is a funny looking laser. It's like a little flak laser. Weird. Alright, well they're about to lose their defenses, so we're going to spontoon through those 4. What was that noise? It sounded like 4 things just teleported really fast. But I don't know what it actually was. We catch chatter on the other ship, mentioning something about a signal requesting ASB backup. No, we jammed that signal, thank you. When no ASB activates, we assume it's a good sign that our augment has functioned properly and we continue to fight. Yeah, what is that sound? I don't know what that means. A bomb is firing at us. It does hit us directly in the weapons. which is, of course, how it would go, but that's okay. The energy's gonna kill them in one shot anyway. Bwamp. Alright, we've defeated the Duskbringer Guard. Whatever might have been in their cargo has for certain been destroyed, but we can at least salvage a fuel, a missile, and 29 scrap. Oh, they probably are teleporting around their ship. You're right, Allie. I think that Duskbringers have that ability, don't they? Someone does. By killing the Duskbringer Guard, we've no doubt caused them to dispatch reinforcements. Watch our step as we explore the sector. Well, for now, let's perform our salvage operation. What do we find? We find some scrap, yeah. Missile, 2 drone parts, 21 scrap. We'll take it. This is probably going to be our last sector for the stream today, because it's already getting close to midnight. But we'll see how far we can get before we call it there. I would love it if we could get a little bit more power again, because right now we don't have quite enough to run everything, and we can, in fact, get a little bit of power right now. So now I think our next priority is one more engine bar, because one more engine bar will mean we actually have 100% evasion, or close to it, with 97% evasion when we cloak, and I'm so tired of getting hit with cloaking when we actually aren't quite full. So let's jump on. Relocation event is there. Big open sector too, which is kind of interesting. Okay, well, let's start flying around and see what's in here, at least. Duskbringers blame the Federation in particular for the rebellion's uprising. There's already a Duskbringer ship here, and they intend to repay the favor. Well, they have no actual shield system, so I think they're going to very quickly regret attacking us. But let's just shoot these at their weapons, I guess. Fire the spontoon here. Here? Yeah, those are good 4-room spread. How many people are boarding us? 1. Alright. Good choice. What do Duskbringers do? Duskbringers explode themselves after a short cooldown, and they can teleport anywhere on the current ship. Okay, so we're going to send someone in here for backup. I don't know exactly how this cooldown effect works, because I don't think I've ever seen it. But we're going to let them do their best to stop us before we start frying them with the beam. And he's just dead. Cool. Let's send Trifid to the medbay. Actually, let's send both of you to the medbay. He'll be fine. We have a cloak so we can dodge as soon as they start firing. I don't know what this energy weapon is, but I assume it's another energy weapon. Take power out of the oxygen for a minute. We don't need it. We have a plant on board. They have fired a bunch of shots at us. I could dodge them. They've lost all the other weapons they have that are dangerous, though, so I don't think we need to. Alright, the Duskbringer ship's engines are active and firing, even though flaring even brighter. It's trying to escape. Well, good luck with that, because you are deeply, deeply stun-locked here. And toasted by our artillery laser. We wonder what the Federation would think of us killing Duskbringers. We bet they'd be pleased. 2 fuel, 2 missiles, and 41 scrap. We'll take it. So, that lets us power up the engines one more time. We don't quite have the power to actually... Actually, we do, kind of. We can leave the oxygen unpowered now that we have a Trifid here. And that means we have energy to spare, so we can kind of just run it. Sultan cruisers don't have engines. Listen, they don't know what they're talking about. Alright, let's jump on. There's a Duskbringer store there. We don't actually have any money, though, so I think we're going to avoid it, and we're going to probably wind up scooting around here. We just spent all our money, so Distress Beacon it is. Oh, that's a cool background. The Distress Beacon is coming from no ordinary ship. In the distance lies an immense Zoltan fleet ship, a dreadnought from the looks of it. It's received critical damage, and a good portion of the ship is completely depressurized. Well, let's try and help, I guess. The Zoltan captain urgently welcomes us inside the ship's spacious hangar.
Good. Reinforcements have arrived. The Zoltan minister dispatched a few small fleets to the Duskbringer sectors to make sure they were kept under control. We hadn't realized how strong they had grown, and they destroyed our fleet with alarming efficiency. We're the only ship left, and that won't last long if we don't make repairs. Our medical and life support systems were damaged heavily, but not completely destroyed. There's still hope to fix them, but the path to get to them is completely oxygenless and possibly still has hostiles roaming around.
Well, we definitely cannot get to life support, but we can try to take as many crew as possible. Because we do not have anyone who's oxygen-free and can just, like, cruise through that thing safely. And we can't afford to have crew die. So we can't help with repairs, but we can take as many crew as possible in our cargo.
It's a less than optimal option, but it may be our only choice.
The Zoltans hurry on board. Most are dropped off at the nearby station, but the captain stays behind.
You've done us a great service today, and it'd be a shame not to repay it. I have failed my duty in this sector, but perhaps I can help you achieve yours.
Hey, we got Adnan, a Shields Zoltan. They can replace our previously dead Shields Zoltan. Alright, you can go hang out the doors. You can come in here. Because you're going to be better than Triffid is, even though you've just shown up, because they didn't actually have any Shields training. And barely did any shielding while they were here. So let's save our crew stations like this. What are we going to name this Zoltan, and what kind of Zoltan are they? They're just a regular Zoltan. Known for their strict rules and formal attitudes. Okay. Well, I don't really want to call them Nova Kid. Go for the Starbound approach. That's not bad. Yeah? Yeah, I like that one. That's not bad. I don't know if I can think of many other energy-based aliens. The one that I'm thinking of that I'd love to use that I realize I should have checked before we started is the aliens from Titan AE. The bad guy aliens from Titan AE are pure energy. And I don't remember what they're called. I want to name them that. I gotta look it up. What are the aliens from Titan AE called? Anyone else have the assist on this one? The Dredge. That's what they're called. They're called the Dredge. There you go. A pure energy gas alien Stellaris. Oh, there you go. I loved Titan AE growing up, so I'm going with that one. Let's keep rolling. We have lots of sector to cover and only so much supplies to do it with. It's unusual to see non-military rebel vessels outside of safe zones, but an auto escort is leading the way for a party of rebel architects who seem to be preparing something at the nearby system. Well, it'd be mean to just obliterate a bunch of architects, so let's say hello first. Hail the ships. The rebels seem fairly annoyed by your pestering.
We're busy, idiot! Trying to build a new residential zone somewhere nearby. Don't you have orphans to murder somewhere?
Isn't this sector controlled by Duskbringers, though?
Well, yeah, right now it is. But Universe 1 will plow through them soon enough. We were sent ahead of time to prepare for the inevitable surge in population once we wrench this place out of the hands of those hard-light freaks. Ex-war zones are all the rage nowadays.
I love how the option after you learn that they're like, yeah, we're just going to colonize this place after we murder all the people who live here, is leave them alone or recommend a good spot. You can't be like, no, I'm not going to let you do that. You just have to be like, yeah, okay. Let's recommend them a good spot. Why not? Okay. They might be skeptical at first, but after looking over the map plans, the rebels seem to realize you've given them quite the prime location.
Well, I'll be. I guess the renegades are useful for more than just kicking puppies after all. Whatever. I'll pay you if it keeps you from making a flesh suit out of me.
1 fuel, 1 drum part, and 39 scrap. What a weird event. Okay, obviously they gave you the chance to attack them immediately, but I do think it's funny that after you choose not to immediately rush to the attack, they're like, no, you're friends now. You guys are besties. You can't become enemies later. Okay, big sip of water. Let's keep rolling. 57 scrap. We actually have a spare energy now because we got our Zoltan back. I guess then I put it into weapons as soon as I can. And we can upgrade our simple ion back to one of our, one of these suckers, one of our energy 2s. Alright, let's jump. It's the only choice, so let's go to it. A monk convoy being escorted by a badly damaged ministry vessel has been stopped nearby by a Duskbringer patrol ship. Based on intercepted comm frequencies, it seems the Duskbringers are using the presence of a ministry ship as a chance to harass the monks. Well, let's help monks. Why not? Protect the monks.
Renegade filth? In our sector? What business do you have with protecting monks all of a sudden?
The Duskbringer ship raises its defenses and prepares to defend itself. Alright, dude. What you got? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Duskbringer devotee. Okay, so this should be fun. I'm gonna suffocate him immediately, which should cause him to instantly teleport to where he wants to go, right? Yes. That's fun. Alright, let's get our vamp in here. That'll reduce his maximum HP, which is kind of fun, and then help us murder him. They don't have any kind of... No, that's not the weapon I want. They don't have any... Oh, they don't have shields either! Do Duskbringers just never have shields on them? That seems like a bad idea, guys. You're gonna get exploded. Like... I mean, I got exploded, but you're gonna get exploded. What do I want to shoot this at? I guess these 4 rooms is the most simultaneous damage we can do. And I should open the internal doors to let the air spread around again. And I should probably go heal these guys up, but first get you back to station so we can get the engine experience on our Asari, who's not maxed out yet. And I think these guys are dead. Yep, good fight. Honestly, these Duskbringers are not hard to kill. The Duskbringers have been bested by us once again, and their ship is ours for the scrapping. 3 fuel, 1 drone part, 35 scrap, and improved armories. I don't know what that is. Maybe better weapons for crew combat? Contact the monks. It seems something malfunctioned in the life support of the escort ship, suffocating the entirety of the crew. Left unprotected, the monks have nowhere else to go and beg you to let them come with you. What? That's it. You just said it suffocated the whole crew, but the crew wants to join us? I mean, okay, I'll take Ekman. I've never seen a monk before. But how are you alive? Didn't you just die? Wasn't that the whole point? You're gonna hang out the shields and give us 1 ion-proof shield bar. Thank you. What is a monk? A Zoltan monk. Highly religious Zoltan monks live a life dedicated to non-violence. They give power, they explode on death, they have 75 HP, but they also have the ability to stun all other crew in the room. They can't fight or sabotage systems, and their death also stuns crew. Interesting. Well, you might take over the shields, because you're even better at it. The Ministry escort ship died of spontaneous lack of O2? Oh, okay. You're right, because it was a Duskbringer ship with a Ministry person who was supporting them. I just got confused by the number of different Zoltan factions in this one encounter. That's on me. Let's take a look here. We can afford to upgrade our weapons 1 time. What's in the nearby sector? We have a store over there, but I don't think I'm going to go to that one, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and bump the weapons up and swap in one of our energies for the simple ion, because this is like 3 seconds slower, but twice as much ion power, and it actually does system damage. So that gives us a much more beefy option. And we can run all those weapons at the same time. So we need to rename Ekman. We have another Zoltan, but this time they're a monk. What's a good monk alien name? I'm trying to think if there's a good one from, like... Fifth Element has some... What are the alien enlightened guys in the Fifth Element called? I can't remember, but I feel like they'd be a good fit for this. I really should have researched more aliens before I started this stream. Hey, Destruction Dragon. Fifth Element aliens. What are you called? Oh, Mondoshawan. Mondoshawan is such a long name. I'll put it in for now, and if someone else thinks of a better one, I'll swap it. But that's our Fifth Element representation. They're like big and slumbery and seem to get beat up a lot, so that'll do fine. Lilo, I mean, yeah, technically. Okay. What are we going to be doing now? I think we are going to heal our crew real quick. Thank you. We probably need to invest in an upgraded door system, because the borders have been causing problems for us this whole run. Our crew is getting bigger, but we really don't have a good combat core. Right? We've got one Rockman and one human, and everyone else kind of sucks at combat. So, we'll see. Now, how many jumps do we have? We have 8, so we could probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's pretty good. Scoot around in the area over there. That should be fine. Never seen this version of FTL? Yeah, it's a pretty cool mod. I had been waiting a long time to actually start it, and it adds a lot of stuff to the game. It's a good time. A group of pirates has taken refuge in the seeming endless Dustbringer patrols in the shadow of Small Moon. We doubt they can see us. Let's contact the pirates. The rest of the pirates flee, scattering away in different directions as soon as they spot us. One particularly irate pirate hails you.
A Fed? Get lost! It's hard enough surviving out here with explosive Nazi freaks. I don't need to deal with you too.
Unfortunately, you do need to deal with us because we are here. And you're the one who decided to fight us on sight, so bad choice for you. Bajorans are Kira's race in Deep Space Nine. Let's close the doors, don't let him in there, start suffocating that guy, and he's a phantom, so he can't suffocate. I thought he was a Zoltan, but he is not. Alright, team, we're gonna have to run over there, I guess. You head over this way. I can go ahead and open the internal doors again, because who needs them? And I guess it's just you gonna go fight him? It'll be fine. These guys do actually have shields. In FTL, there is no morality, only risk versus profit. Exactly. Their shields are now down, so we can spawn-tune them directly through here. However, we could also hit them on the other side. I'm just trying to decide if I want to try and hit the helm, or if I want to stop the teleporter from being repaired. I don't know if it makes a huge difference. Let's fry these. Alright. Actually, in fact, I think I'd probably like this guy to leave, because he's hurting us pretty quickly. Okay, he did leave. Scans show that the pirate is trying to escape. Destroy it before it can get away. Alright, no problem. It is currently delayed escape anyway, because they are getting murdered. And let's go ahead and power up the healing. They try to surrender, offering us a missile, a drone part, and 22 scrap, but that's not very nice, so we silence their screams with our weapons. I forgot to check what the armory did! And they get absolutely annihilated the second the fight's over. Pirate ship has been destroyed, giving us 3 fuel, a missile, and 37 scrap. We've avenged many civilian lives, undoubtedly. Alright, let's get you back over to doors, because why not? And what does that do? Improved armories. 30% extra damage in ranged crew combat. Only in ranged crew combat. I don't know if that's worth filling an augmentation slot for. It's not terrible, but it means that if you're actually fighting one-on-one, you don't get any benefit. And that kind of sucks, because like the main place we're going to have to deal with a lot of borders is ships that are going to be doing more of it than just sending one person. We don't have enough people to go fill all those fights. I don't know. I think we'll probably sell these when we get the chance. 44 scrap in the bank. What do I want to use it on now? There's a bunch of internal upgrades that would be nice. I'm curious to see what the Zoltan upgrades in the improved medbay are too. Oh, you can? Maybe I didn't notice. Normally in the base game you automatically go into the same squares, but in the state of the ability to go tile based, I guess you can automatically make them be ranged unless the room is full. Interesting. I didn't know about that. Did I put on a deeper voice in older videos? No, I didn't put on an older voice. So one of the things that might have been relevant in the past Destruction is that I worked in a environment that was much worse for my throat and lungs. I worked in a like a high chlorine environment, so that might have had an impact on the sound that you would hear me in. So it wouldn't surprise me if that had some kind of influence, because there was a lot of chlorine I was breathing in every day. Okay, let's keep jumping though. Let's go to this relocation beacon, because I don't know what it's about yet. I assume it's going to be a conversation. We don't know what's happening with the plants, but we'll go find out. Actually, we could go here first. That'd probably give us a bit more room. We don't have to like fiddle around quite as much to actually have space to move. Let's go here first. But yeah, now I work in a work from home environment, so I don't have to be in such a place that's bad for my health. A massive machine floats nearby, akin to a station in size, but appears to be fully automated and Zoltan-made. As soon as lies start flooding in through your radio, it becomes clear that this is some sort of automated propaganda broadcaster.
Federation officers eat babies! That's a fact! Think of the children! Join the Duskbringers today and make the monsters pay!
We can take it apart, or we can slow it down, get them to slow down the enemy. Sure, let's get them to slow down the enemy, why not? 3 jumps! Wow! The rebels and Duskbringers have worked together on occasion, but wouldn't normally take advice from propaganda like this. Still, the location of your ship is information they wouldn't want to pass up, and they wouldn't expect the Duskbringers to have any reason to lie. That's a huge benefit! I don't think I've ever seen a 3-beacon delay before. Alright, well, we have lots of time to go tour the universe, I guess. Let's go to this relocation event. As you arrive, you immediately notice a massive Orchid freighter. As you look closer, there's a massive greenhouse taking up most of it. This freighter must be able to carry an entire city's worth of orchids. Despite its large size, there's only a single Orchid fighter escorting it. They don't seem to consider you a threat and continue to move along. The caretaker's shuttle that you originally tasked you with their quest jumps in not too long after we do. I do love that you can just murder them. That's so mean. Hey Boobly Boo, let's hail the ships. The escort responds as the transport stands by.
Greetings, friend of the Federation. What troubles you?
Oh, fun! So because we've helped the orchids a bunch, we would have had a positive orchid reputation option. I have never seen one of these. That's really cool. That's the first time there's ever been an event that I've seen that happens because of our reputation. But also, we have a specific, really important orchid diplomat, so we can have them do it instead. That's cool. I almost want to take this one, just because it's the first time we've seen it, but I kind of like the fact that we can have our special dude do it also. So, I guess I'm gonna go with this one. But, like, that's cool. Alright, we're gonna hit the friendly person, because it's neat. Special character, go!
Ambassador Tyrell? You came all the way out here for this?
I wouldn't stop you if it wasn't important. We must return to Ridlock Et with these creatures. We can explain more when we arrive.
Are you sure? This freighter is extremely expensive to move and maintain. Wouldn't it be better if we waited here if there's any uncertainty?
Tyrell snorts.
That's a stupid question.
What are you doing, Tyrell? I mean, it is a stupid question. It's Duskbringer space? This is an awful place to wait. The shuttle hails us.
Well, you managed to hold up your end of the bargain. I don't think I can do this alone. Would you accompany us to Ritlak-Et? If you do, I'll demote myself to your cause.
The caretaker gives the reward as promised, a fuel, a missile, and 30 scrap. And we can accept the caretaker and the coordinates. Why not? We have 3 extra jumps in this sector. We can go anywhere. An Orchid caretaker. They make for powerful support crew, but are weaker on their own. They refill oxygen effectively without an O2 system. Their max health is reduced to 80. They do less damage in combat. Friendly crew in the same room get a 50 max health and healing speed. We have so many support crew and no one who's good at fighting. Except the caretaker and the coordinates.
You won't regret this, renegade. I will serve you faithfully. Now let's hurry to Ritlak-Et.
How are we going to go to Ritlak-Et? It's in a different system than we're in. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but did you think this through, bud? How is that going to help us? We're not there anymore. We left that sector. Alright, we need to name this plant. So we have a couple of plant names we had earlier. I don't know what we're feeling for this one. I don't know what we're feeling for this plant alien. While I'm thinking about that, let's just take a look at our map here. Where'd they want us to go? Oh, they're literally right next to us. There you go. So we have a lot of jumps to spend now. I was thinking originally that we would spend our 6-ish jumps in here, but we have 3 delayed turns. I'm kind of tempted to jump back to the Duskbringer store and come up this way. That way we'll be able to use all the extra jumps we just got. Because otherwise, I don't know how we're going to have enough time to use them all. The store is also good because it lets us sell the armories. I don't know if I want to sell the armories, but if I do, this gives us a chance. Let's go take a look at the store and see what they have. Ivy from Resident Evil? Is that an alien? Resident Evil, I don't feel like is big on the aliens. The Duskbringers are notorious for being even stricter than the Ministry. Looks like the station here is open to trading with anyone. A surprising find, but there's a million protocols in place. Well, our crew understand the rules. We have a Zoltan crew. Dredge is all about this thing. It's a monster? Yeah, we're not just looking for monsters. We're looking for specifically aliens. Our crew understand the rules. The Zoltans are raised to understand these kinds of things quickly. It takes only a minute of skinning the 100-page list of rules to understand everything we need to do, and fortunately, their knowledge pays off. Alright, we do have time to do something aboard the ship. I think I already did our salvage mission. Yeah, we could do another repair, but I don't know if I need it. 20 is a good amount of hull to be sitting on. We'll just leave it. Do nothing, and hop in the shop. What do they got? They have a bunch of crew, but they're all Zoltan. Zoltan monks and Duskbringer devotees. We have a stimulant bomb. Provides meager self-healing, grants allied crew doubled movement speed, combat damage, sabotage damage, and repair speed for 10 seconds. Huh. That's kind of cool. The energy stunner here is just another energy weapon that also has a stun chance. It's not bad. It's actually very similar to the energy weapons we already have, because it's 2 seconds longer charge, still has 2 shots, but also has a 10-second stun. It's not bad. I don't know if we need that, though. Chain energy here. Chain weapons can disable systems and cause hull damage. It takes 3 power. I think that one's too expensive for us. The cooldown being 7 seconds for a 2-shot ion damage is pretty good. That's powerful. But it does have to chain 4 times to get there. Very good, though. It's just 3 power makes it a little expensive. What have you guys got? A crew teleporter and a clone bay. A pestilence drone? Radiation damage. Debuff mode applies stun and reduces health for 10 seconds. Okay. They have a battle drone Mark II and a maintenance drone. I don't think we want any of those things. think Groot is also an interesting choice, except for the only problem there is Groot is a specific alien. I don't think Groot is the species name. All of these are specifically aiming for species names. Sell the bombs, we don't need it. I kind of want to keep the signal diluter. It's also not that exciting. Honestly, none of these 3 augmentations are particularly exciting. The augmentation Advanced Navigator here is just nice to know what we're jumping to, but the real thing about it is allowing to jump back to any previously visited beacon. I didn't even realize that was part of it. That's a pretty nice benefit on that thing, honestly, that I have not been using at all. So that's unfortunate. His species is generic. It's called Flora colossi. Oh, there you go. You learn something new every day. I'm just trying to decide if I want to keep the improved armories or not. The thing is, 30% extra damage in crew combat is actually really important. Our crew sucks at fighting, so getting 30% more damage almost makes us decent at it. I could sell the signal diluter instead. We've used it once, so it's not wasted. And that way we get another augmentation slot. Because the problem is, if we have no open slots, you get something, it just goes into the void. And this has not been particularly common. I think we'll sell the signal diluter and keep the improved armories. We need that combat ability. We're pretty good on other supplies and health here. I don't think we need to buy any of that. And honestly, I think we want to save our money rather than spending it here. The weapons we have already are probably going to be good enough to carry us to the end. The real question is just, which of the system upgrades do we want? Because there's a lot of internal upgrades we could be investing in, and there's some more power for shields and systems that we could also go for. The part that I'm the most curious about really at this stage is what the onboard lab upgrades will do, but we can probably take a look at that later if we decide we want to upgrade the med bay. The internal upgrades have a lot of cool choices though. What does the artillery let you do? Targeting override. Allows manual targeting of artillery, but improved precision increases charge time by 50%. Interesting, but you can only do it at maximum artillery level. So, it increases charge time by 50%, presumably on the base charge time? So what would that do? That would mean that our charge time at a base would go up to like 37 seconds, and then would go back down to like, I don't know, 19-ish? 18? Huh. Because it has to be max level to be able to get it. Like, being able to aim that system is probably pretty powerful instead of it just spamming random empty rooms. That might be worth getting. The slowdown might still be worth it. There's so many things to upgrade in here, though. Because we could also be upgrading more power in here to bring even more silly energy weapons in, but I think if we're going to be using the energy charger and the energy cannon, I don't need to keep this one. The charge kernel, honestly, we could swap the spontoon beam out, but the problem is just that this doesn't do system damage and this does. I think we're probably going to sell the energy cannon too, because we've got these two guys already covering it, and I maybe even sell the simple ion, because I don't think I'm ever going to go back to using this again. These guys have our ion situation on lock. We have a little bit of specific piercing damage, and we also have some general ship damage. We can swap this for a better beam later, but I think we probably keep these three locked in now, unless we get a better energy weapon to replace the cannon with. So let's sell the second cannon, because I don't need that. And we'll sell the simple ion too, because that's probably fine. And that gives us even more money to play with. So what do I want to prioritize here? I think what we want to prioritize at this point is powering up some of our auxiliary systems or getting some of the internal upgrades. Weapons is always good. I don't think we need most of the ones from here. What does cloaking do again? Oh yeah, level 3 cloaking, and the alternative is the shadow weaponry. Artillery beam is the ability to aim it. That might be good once we get it leveled up further. Weapons gives us the faster reload, which does also affect this, I believe, right? Performance upgrade? Artillery fire rate is increased by 10% also, yeah. I'm gonna buy this one now, because it'll be the second time, I believe. That's just good. Yeah, we have max of that now. Okay, that's nice. Another 10% faster fire rate is pretty good. We don't think we need the explosive replicator right now. We still have a lot of missiles in reserve. Shields don't need any of these. Maybe the performance upgrade helped keep us alive. That is a good upgrade. Engines are fine. We don't need either of those. Onboard tech. None of these help us with actually fighting borders, so that doesn't really matter. And we don't think we need an arm either. Not right now, anyway. Okay. I guess we're just debating if we want to upgrade our shield speed. Shield speed could be good. But I think we'll probably leave it alone. And instead, we'll spend this money on buffing up some of our supporting systems. Let's get our level 2 doors going, because that's really valuable. And let's get our level 2 cloaking running. That'll give us a little bit more survivability, too. So now we have a bit better defense against borders. We have a little bit better dodge time and allow us to charge our weapons while people can't hit us back. Let's keep jumping. It's such a long delay. Let's go down here and see what else we can find. A Zoltan engineer is orbiting the nearby moon, their captain pacing back and forth in a worried fashion. When you appear, they immediately hail you.
Good. Maybe you can help. The Dustbringers have hijacked an autoship I was working on, and if I don't get it back soon, they'll likely extract any data we have stored on those data drives. If you could get it back, I'll give you a copy of whatever sector scans it's retrieved.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent! Thank you so much! It'd be disastrous for the Dustbringers to get their hands on that intel.
Add a quest marker to the map. Where is it? Of course it's there. The one beacon I don't want to go to in this whole last section. Of course it's there. Alright, well let's go here. We have a bunch of jumps, so we can make up for it. Let's jump over here and find it. I never named this guy! I gotta remember to name Lee Jun after this one. We've arrived at a seemingly ordinary beacon, but scans show a slip tunnel opening. Someone with a multiverse drive is jumping in nearby. The rebels are a common sight all around the galaxy, but the ship here is no ordinary rebel. They appear to be a multiverse drive-equipped vessel, and they've decided to engage you in combat. We still have the jump back, but, like, I don't know if it matters, because we want to go to the other jumps adjacent to the one that we go there from. Alright, we do nothing, we get ready to battle. Actually, do I do anything now? No, we don't have any cool new options. Never mind, let's fight. They have a glaive beam. Don't love that. I don't think it can actually hurt us, though. Not, like, with any real likelihood. They have a little laser, so they can hit us for 1 damage if the stars align for them. But, hopefully they won't. Let's start pummeling their shields, and pummeling their shields, and missiling them in the weapons, so they can't actually... Oh no, hold on, let's charge that all the way. So they can't actually do anything about it. Are you stunned? You're a rebel, and you're a medic. Okay, no, we're probably fine. Let's get our Triffid Ambassador in here for now. Have 2 plants. 2 plants fighting these guys. Now, the caretakers suck at combat, don't they? Probably gonna need to get them some backup soon. But they can take it for a second. Alright, charge missiles are ready. Charge missile... What was that? Big explosion effect? Fire on the weapons with the double shot Colonel. You'll love to see that system go down. Alright. Spontoon can fire as well, so let's fry the rest of that weapon system. Alright. We are losing in here, so let's get some backup in there, I guess. Sorry, they can't really shoot us anymore, so you're gonna come help. There you go. On the fun side, we basically never need to power the oxygen again, because we have one plant who's good at creating oxygen if there is power, and one that's good at creating oxygen if there isn't. The Tree of Keem from Doctor Who? I don't know what that is. My Doctor Who knowledge is very limited. And they decided to go home. Love to see it, and they're dead. It is very funny to me how often people teleport back at the exact second their ship's about to explode. Another rebel turned to dust. Whether it's the signature orange of mainstay rebels or the blue of these specialized invaders, a dead rebel is the only good rebel. With a couple of exceptions, of course. You'd fancy a rebel who gave you free scrap. That'd be a good rebel for sure. 2 fuel, a missile, and 33 scrap. Well, let's return people to stations. You never got your station saved either. I gotta do that too. Alright. So we gotta name this plant friend. We have like 1 slot left on the ship. Yeah, we need a melee enemy. Melee crewman. Siren. Okay, what are we calling you? What kind of interesting plant aliens have we got here? Ugh. Trying to stick to the theme of not naming them after individuals, so like Groot or Audrey. Both would be a no-go. Light Bloom from the current WoW expansion. I also have no WoW knowledge, to be fair. Let's see. Could we call them a Pikmin? Because those are plant aliens. That'd be funny. I don't know if because like they buff allies, right? The caretakers do. I might go with Pikmin. Yeah, they like make other people nearby more powerful. It's not really a Pikmin thing, but it's funny. What other plant aliens can I think of? Hold on a second. Maybe I'm forgetting my Dragon Ball Z lore, but aren't Namekians basically plants? Don't they photosynthesize? I think Namekians photosynthesize. I might call this guy a Namekian just for the memes. If we think of something better, I'll change it. But that's funny to me. They only drink, no eat. Yeah, I think they specifically photosynthesize. It's been a while since I watched all of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So I could be wrong about that. You correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, we got places to go, though. We got jumps to do. 40k orcs, they're fungi. That would be really good if they were any good at combat. If this alien was any good at fighting, I would call them that in a minute, but like... they suck at fighting. So orcs really don't feel appropriate here. I mean, to be fair, Namekians are also shown as being pretty good at fighting. Maybe it's not a great argument, but you know, we're doing it. A small Duskbringer research outpost has been constructed nearby with the autoship in question docked outside. With your intuition as a renegade, and using basic common sense, you figure it's obvious there's limited ways out of this without confrontation. Well, let's fight them. Yeah, only like 2 or 3 of them were good at combat? Exactly. It's just the ones that you know. All of Namek explodes without most of them getting the chance to prove that they're good fighters. Let's attack the outpost. Fortunately, the platform the auto is docked with is far away enough. This fight shouldn't risk damaging it. Just focus all your fire on the Dustbringers. Okay. That's some fun little musical doodly doodles going on there. They are boarding a lot of aliens. Oh no, just one. It looks like they were going to be boarding with a lot of aliens, but they didn't. That's fine then. They have a clone base, so dealing with boarders is going to be a little annoying. Let's go ahead and make them not want to be in that room anymore. They are hacking our cloaking, which is kind of fine, honestly. In fact, it's so fine, I'm going to just use it now and then not use it again. Like, why not? Alright, he popped over here. That's much better for us. Plant squad, go fight this guy. Okay, once the hack hits the cloak, we'll be immediately unable to cloak for the rest of the fight, but we basically won't need it anymore. In the original Thing from Another World, the thing was plant-based, we use it for a human. Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't think I ever read the book. Okay, time to pummel these guys with energy weapons. He's about to explode, that's fine. Now we're going to charge. They have some nasty potential there with a beam and... Close those doors, open internal doors, send you back to your station. Do I go heal you? Maybe not. For now, I'll just send you back here. Oh no, they're going to be boarding us with more guys. We're going to take out the teleporter, so they hopefully don't do what they just did. Ah! You think of the 1951 movie. Ah, well there you go. I don't know that one either. I am uninformed in this area. Unfortunately, we didn't heal our crew yet, so we're going to need that. He teleported in! He was right there. Okay. Bunch of lasers coming our way. Beam might be firing next, but I think we're safe from it right now. Their shields should be down. We're gonna Spontoon beam their shields into the doors, I guess. I'd love to take down the clone bay just to really mess with them, but I think we're just going to fry them here first. They probably will not be able to go home before the ship is dead, so this is going to kill them? Yes, it will. Let's get you guys out of there for the moment and send some more backup into the room. Now that we don't need to avoid anything. The station has been felled thanks to us. With nothing left to guard the auto ship, we'll carefully undock it. We get 2 fuel, a drone part, and 29 scrap. When we contact the Ministry engineers, they say, "Perfect! They got her back in one piece, too! Maybe the Ministry was too hasty in expressing their reservations over renegades. Your sector maps as promised." That definitely wasn't worth it. We should have just left the maps alone, but whatever, we're here. We're here anyway. These guys are about to explode. You need to go here, and you need to go here. Oh! They actually blew up. Oh. I kind of assumed that the detonation wouldn't kill them. But no, the timed detonations do kill them. They exploded. Alright. Alright, let's keep rolling. They have a little bit of power left here, but we're going to have to spend a jump going this way. We have 4 jumps left, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. Too bad we have to waste one going back here, but we had so many free jumps this sector, like, why not? Alright, let's grab ourselves another power bar before we move, so we can power the level 2 cloaking properly. And I think now we'll stockpile up a little bit of loot. I wish I could just jump directly here, but nope, here we go. You've been here already, and there's nothing left of interest. We can't do any interesting missions, so we're just gonna wait and do nothing. Jump to the gardens. Ooh, fancy. You draw closer to Rithlak-Et, the greatest of the Orchid Garden worlds. The ancient infrastructures of the planet showcases the most breathtaking, impressive biotechnology available anywhere in the galaxy. The caretaker sends you the precise latitude and longitude that concerns your mission. As you approach, it's clear there's a standoff. A small contingent of caretakers are standing against a massive Orchid elite ship. Nearby, there's also an Orchid station overseeing the conflict. That looks like trouble. Thankfully, they only have 2 shields. Should be manageable for us. But like, oh boy, alright. Get closer and tune into the communications between the Orchid factions.
We've had enough of your alarmism, Mayeb. That parasite must be eroding your mind.
It's not alarmism. If you keep removing so many species from the planet, not only is it immoral, but it could do long-term harm to the ecosystem. And don't you dare call Peripa parasite. She is my sister.
Your sister? And yet you are the only one who can hear her. Perhaps we should send you off for treatment.
If you're done personally attacking us, maybe you could respond to the points I'm making.
Let's introduce ourselves to the Orchids. The Praetor ship turns to yours.
These are internal affairs of the Coutelier. The Federation must not interfere.
A new voice comes over the comm from the station.
Calm yourself, Praetor Bralmeb. I'm Counselor Pale, mediating this dispute. Although the decision's been finalized, we are simply trying to convince Mayeb that she needs to stand down.
Let's try and convince them to listen to Mayeb. You begin to make your case, but as you do, you're interrupted by the arrival of the freighter that you intercepted. Bralmeb is astonished.
What? You've returned so soon? What's the meaning of this?
He mutes, and you're greeted with a few moments of radio silence as the freighter privately fills in the Praetors. Mayeb, meanwhile, takes the opportunity to contact you.
Renegade, I appreciate your help in this matter, but I urge you to try and defuse the situation. I don't know if it's still possible, but do what you can.
Unfortunately, we didn't destroy the enemy, so we have to fight these guys now. I imagine if you do both missions, you take out the enemies and recover the people, that it makes this automatically work. But since we didn't do that, they're going to fight us now. The Praetor hails you, looking absolutely furious.
You meddlesome renegade! You think you can simply dictate the policy of whomever you come across? I don't care how powerful you think you are or who you claim to represent. The Gathering will no longer sit on the galactic sidelines and be told what to do!
The Praetor ship arms its weapons. This will likely be a difficult fight. You get ready for combat? Let's do nothing. Well, they got a bunch of weapons, but I mean, their shields look like they don't exist, so I'm actually not convinced this is going to be a dangerous fight. I have a feeling we're going to absolutely stomp these poor plants. Like, really, really mean. Let's go ahead and just charge missile them for fun once. Here you go. They're shooting, so we cloak. And time to spawn tune them. So, they have working systems, but not for long. And they won't be alive at all for very long. I would love to switch one of these over to hitting them in the weapons, just to really stop them from pelting us with anything. Ooh, that got through. The Orchid Cruiser is on the brink of defeat. Although their resolve doesn't waver, you could try one last attempt at diplomacy. Let's try to end the fight diplomatically. We're here to help the plants. We're not here to murder one of their battleships. Try to end the fight diplomatically. You hail them, and the ship momentarily stops fighting you. Praetor Bralmeb seems frazzled, but still angry.
What? Do you want me to grovel for my life? You want me to roll over and accept your way of doing things?
Thankfully, we have a diplomat on board. So that will probably help. Let's assert diplomatic status. Tyrell takes a stern posture.
You have committed an unprovoked attack on a vessel carrying the primary diplomatic envoy between the Orobash and the Coutelier. As stated in the Carahelianek Treaty, this is a Grade 1 offense and considered treason.
Bralmeb seems uncomfortable.
Unprovoked? You...
I would like to remind you how provocation is defined within the Accords. Or have you not read them? They were written before you sprouted. I should know, though, I was the third person to sign.
Bralmeb stutters and falls silent. He disengages his weapon systems. Contact Mayeb and the Counselor. Counselor, Pale, and Mayeb adjudicate for a moment. Mayeb looks pleased. Pale clears his throat and addresses you.
Very well. As we resettle the life from the freighter, we will carefully review the data from the caretakers. Perhaps we were overzealous in our desire to bolster our military strength. And as for you, Captain, we'd like to sincerely apologize if your ship was damaged. Please accept a reimbursement from the Gathering for your trouble.
2 missiles, 47 scrap, and an Elite Colonel Mark II. Mayeb smiles at you.
You have done so much for the caretakers of Laket. We were able to grow a special caretaker cruiser for long-range ecological missions. Maybe it'll prove useful to you. And you've gone above and beyond on my behalf, so I would like to join your crew if you're willing. I'm the Grand Gardener, but with the situation resolved peacefully, I think my peers can handle things without me. What do you say?
We have so many plants! Alright, we need to go upgrade our plants. Let's accept Mayeb, the floral groundskeeper, the culturally shunned caretaker of the vast gardens of Redlock-Et, who carries on her shoulder her parasitic twin, Purpa. Oh, she's the one with the parasitic twin. Okay, I didn't realize that. I switched the voices around because I didn't know who was speaking. When falling under 30 health, will instantly be revigorated by Purpa. Recharges after 45 seconds. That's pretty cool. And she refills oxygen, and friendly crew get buffs. So she basically just has like a self-heal effect. No, let's accept Mayeb. We need another plant name. So many plants. Alright, come on board. Flower power. Alright, team. Time to go do some system repairs, I guess. And I need to figure out how to upgrade you guys to know how to fight, because, man, we have an army of plants and no room for more crew. You can go chill out in here, I guess. Hey, Shectress. Brings you back to the days of sneaking games of FTL into high school computers with a flash drive. Now that's thinking outside the box. Let's upgrade our medbay now, because if there's an upgrade that makes plants better at fighting, we really need it. Go to internal upgrades and go to... No, not internal upgrades. Go to the lab. Lab, never mind. Onboard lab. Install the lab for free because we have a level 2 medbay. Okay, what does this let us do? The red weed from War of the Worlds. That is pretty fun. That's a good call. I like that. I'll probably name them that. They're red too, so it's perfect. What do the onboard lab options for plants do? Thorns. 30% rage damage. Well, listen, rage damage is still damage. It might be the one we go for. We'll have plus 60% rage damage then, but, you know, whatever. What else we need to do? Total Potency is regenerating if unharmed. I don't think that's good for us. It's not what we're trying to accomplish. Anaerobic Synthesis is the one that lets them do more oxygen if there's no oxygen system. Okay, so that makes it easy then. The option is Thorns. We also have the options to look at these, because we do technically have people who count as caretakers and vampweeds, right? Because, well, hold on, before I forget. We're taking Thorns. 25 scrap for the Thorns, done. We go back, we go back, we go back. Triffid is like a double, right? Triffid is a vampweed and a... No, not a caretaker, but just a vampweed. So they're a vampweed, this is a caretaker, that's a caretaker? No, they're not a caretaker. They say they're a caretaker, so maybe they are, because in the description they're a caretaker. Oh, interesting. They actually have a different buff. Mayeb has a buff that says, friendly crew in the same room received minus, like, 25% less damage from all sources. That's not the same buff on any of these other people. Interesting. Well, let's rename Mayeb to be Redweed, because that's a fun name. It is an alien plant, comes from Mars, so that definitely counts. Interesting. Well, we have a huge botanical component to this ship now. Let's keep rolling. Distress beacon and exit it is. Here we go. Though Elestrian monasteries are usually constructed on the surface of planets, some, like this one at the beacon broadcasting the distress signal, are built on large space stations. Unfortunately, this makes them prime targets for hostiles. A pirate group has taken the monastery hostage, and a Duskbringer squadron is trying to negotiate their release. We can help the pirates keep the station, or help the Dusktakers retake the monastery from the pirates. Well, normally, we've been fighting the Duskbringers a lot, and honestly, they've been pretty easy to kill, but I'm okay with helping them save the monastery. We have a monk on our crew. It would be rude to destroy the monastery while we have a monk on board. So let's help the Duskbringers retake the monastery from the pirates. We swoop into the scene, weapons blasting at the nearest pirate ship. The Dustbringers are confused, but realize there's no option but to fight, and soon both sides are engulfed in combat. It's a big teleporter down there. Alright, we get ready for combat. They're going to be boarding us with a plant. Oh, go away, Leech. I don't want you over here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to wind up cloaking before they all get in the room, so they can't actually board us, and that'll give us more time. That weapon does not look dangerous at all. I don't know what it is, but it probably can't get through two layers. Words are hard, man. 2 layers of shields. Let's go ahead and cloak. And just for fun, let's fire this directly here. If we fire it now, we might have enough cloak time for it to hit before they get to teleport over. Probably not, but maybe. No! No! It stunned them, but they still got to come over. Ah, it wouldn't have done enough damage anyway. It only did 1. They had 3 bars of health in there, so it didn't work, but it could have been funny. All right, let's blast them. And unfortunately for them, they're also getting spontooned. And the fact that they got stunned is also kind of a death sentence for them, because now they can't do anything about the fact that they're in a room with no oxygen. So they're just suffocating there while stuck. So that's probably a bad time. Let's go send our many plant friends. Well, not you in the doors. Let's send these 2 plant friends to hang out in the med bay so that when they do get through, they get vaporized, because their ship is already dead. We successfully killed the pirate ship, and it appears the other Dustbringers have done the same with their opponents. It doesn't take long until the Dustbreakers overtake the pirates, and the remaining ships from the clan flee. We get a fuel, a drone part, and 29 scrap, and we contact the Dustbringer squadron. When no Dustbringer attempts to hail you, you reach out to their leader.
Yes, yes. You've made quite the show of dominance, and I don't suppose it was out of kindness. What do you want?
We could delay the rebels again, but at this point there's nowhere else to go. We want military supplies.
Yes, I suppose you do, don't we all? I was hoping to kill a Fed with this gun, not gifted to one.
He reluctantly passes over one of his weapons and a single missile. A heavy stunner. Well, we'll sell that, that's fine. Once these guys get in the ship with us, then we can kill them. Because, like, what are they going to do about this? Nothing, they're going to die about it. Close the doors. Open the doors. We have so many plants that the oxygen regenerates so quickly. Hey, Hemlock. Get back to stations there, friends. Actually, I could just leave Red Weed over here in the medbay, but the medbay's a bad room to let people stand in. Because it gets hacked and then your crew's dead. Let's save our positions here, and... yeah, I think we're just going to sell this. Like... it's cool, but we're not going to use it. I forgot to look at this! The Elite Kernel Mark II! This weapon uses kernels of giant plants from the Orchid home planet as ammunition. Powerful elite version with a guaranteed stun and higher chance to ignore the ammo cost. So it's similar to this Elite Charge Kernel, but it's a Kernel Mark II. So this one is 17 seconds charge, 1 missile for 3 shots, versus this one's charging up to 2 shots or shooting faster on 7 seconds. I don't know which one of those I actually want. I kind of like that this shoots fast. I mean, we could use 2. Could double up on the kernel. That might be a good option to go with longer term, because that gives us a lot of targeted system damage that can get through systems much more easily. Like, it's pretty good. Seems pretty good to me. I think we maybe swap these 2 in here and then leave the energy over there. Spontoon is good, but we would need to get the probably explosive replicator if we're planning to use that for all of our system damage. Although, I mean, all of ours. We have an artillery beam. It's going to be shooting a lot of things anyway. Yeah, I know. Putting the Flamer Rockman as a pilot is dangerous if he gets mind-controlled. I know. We had that happen to us earlier. But I'm leaving him there anyway. We're going to deal with it. We'll see what happens. I think over here, probably we want to save up money now to upgrade our artillery. Because if we can get that going faster, it's going to be really valuable to us. The other thing is potentially saving up for level 4 shields. So it's looking for the explosive replicator, shields, or artillery as probably our priorities for upgrading as we move forward. One more beacon though, let's see what's in the exit. We've arrived at a long-range beacon. We can do something on board the ship, but we cannot because we've done everything on board the ship. So let's explore instead. A strange vessel approaches. A digital message appears on your view screen. This is an automated merchant. Refill this vessel with fuel and we'll supply you with drones. No, that's awful. We're gonna blow it up. It doesn't look to me like it's particularly dangerous, so let's fight it. We prepare for combat. It's got 2 drones, which is not nothing, but only one of them actually shoots, and it has no other weapons, so it can't hurt us. No spoilers, please, Hemlock. This is the first time I've been playing this. It's like my 3rd run ever, so try not to spoil things that we haven't necessarily encountered. Alright, let's fry down their shields. No other systems actually matter here because they can't do anything about it. Oh, their evasion is really good. Okay, that's good to note. Well, unfortunately for them, we do still have a beam that can punch through, and we can now charge them in the face. Nice. Now they can't avoid anything. So they're going to go down in just a second or two as all these shots connect. Oh, no, they did have a cloak in reserve, but our artillery is just about charged. I know, I was kind of surprised this auto support didn't jump away too. I kind of expected it to immediately start running, and I was going to have to focus down the helm to keep it here. But no, it just decided to stay and get blown up. Destroying auto ships is one of the few things you'll miss when their belly is gone. If they ever are gone, that is. We get a missile, a drone part, and 42 scrap. Yeah, this is our 3rd run ever in Multiverse, so we're still pretty new to most of it. Alright, that is our final jump of Sector 5. What are our options here? The Kleptocracy Capital. That sounds like fun. Before we go, what do we want to be doing with our power? We have 103 scrap. I could save it into the next sector. We have a full crew again, despite losing 3 people earlier. We've had a lot of crew deaths in these Multiverse runs. I'm just not good at keeping people alive in here. We could save up for the shields, which takes a lot. It's 210 just to be able to get to the 4th bubble. Or we could save up a little bit and get the replicators and the laser artillery going. The thing is, if we want to bring this weapon online, it does take 2 power. This one only takes 1, which actually makes it really good. But this one taking 2 means we'd have to really max out our weapon control to be able to use them both. So, I'm a little uncertain if this is actually going to be a good choice for us, because it's really expensive to bring it online. So I'm probably not going to get the replicators first. We'll keep this in reserve in case we want to use it, but whether or not we actually will remains to be seen. But bumping up the laser artillery is probably going to give us some real extra firepower, because this is our main source of hull damage right now, apart from just energy spamming the heck out of people, which, to be honest, I keep underestimating how good it is. This thing shoots every 5 seconds. It's pretty good, because it keeps the shields locked down and still murders them for me. I think what we'll do, though, is we'll bump the laser artillery up by 1. I could save the money in case we get a store forced at the start of the next sector, but I'm not going to do that. I want to go really fast death laser. And it is indeed now quite fast. Okay, so I think that's... the Kleptocracy Capital is the only place to go, so let's hop over there. It does potentially have an event in it. We've entered hyperspeed. Well, it can take mere minutes to travel between 2 beacons. It can take hours to travel between sectors. Fortunately, this delay applies to all ships, including the Rebels. We have nothing to do, so we go to the Slug homeworlds. It's a hostile nebula. It's unique. The locations of interest. Expensive slug pleasure barge seen traversing this sector. We don't have enough money for this, do we? I should have kept the scrap. The slug homeworlds are the hub of scum and thieves living the high life on their riches. Be careful who you trust, especially when they're a slug. Alright, exit hyperspeed. We've taken a large risk coming here. Slugs are known for being dangerous tricksters and cheaters, but now we're in the lion's den. Trust nothing here, not even the silence around you. Unfortunately, we don't have hacking, which is really useful to have. Nice kleptocracy symbol. Incredible. The elite guard here sends you a brief, to-the-point message.
To enter, there is a fee. Pay it, or we will kill you painfully.
You glance at the computer and are shocked to see the absurd price. You knew slugs were greedy bastards, but this is extreme. Well, we're not going to pay that. We could try and run away, but we're just going to kill them. Right? Like, of course we're going to kill them. Problem is, they have cloaking and hacking. If they hack our weapons, we're going to have a bad time. They have mind control too, so... this may be very annoying. But let's fight them.
Some people are just so temperamental. It's mere pocket change.
You give the slugs no chance to negotiate and attack. Who's getting mind controlled? Scans show the guard has sent a request for backup from an ASB defense system. That can't be good. But we don't have our ASB blocker anymore, so that's not fun. And looks like they are hacking our engines, which is also very rude. That's an annoying thing to not have access to. What? What? Hold on. What did we just shake there? It looked like we just took damage from something. But... oh, it's the ASB shots. That's what it is. Okay, we're fine. It's just the ASB shooting. It's not good, but like it will be fine. Now, this is probably quite a long mind control, and we can't really easily get in there. I'm just going to have to let her blow the room up, and then we'll deal with it afterwards. Now, when they uncloak, they're probably going to fire the beams before these lasers have a chance to hit us, so it's unlikely to do too much damage. They did just double board us, though, so let's get the plants over to fight the slugs. That's a regular slug and a slug saboteur, which allows him to ignore crew. Thankfully, he's in the doors, so that doesn't actually matter very much. We're going to go ahead and cloak here also, just so those lasers don't have a chance to hit us. We could... yeah, ASB target locked. Let's go ahead and just cloak this so they don't hit us with anything. I don't see the ASB bullets, which is weird. I think they're like over here, off screen. Feels like they got misaligned somehow. Alright, let's go ahead and fire on shields, fire on shields, fire this. What do I want to stop them from doing? I don't love the hacking or the mind control, but right now I don't know what's going to be the most valuable thing for us to take out. Maybe the weapons, just so they can't actually hurt us with the things on board their ship, and then we can beam through some of these systems in a second. Yeah, let's hit the weapons first. They actually decided to go home. Nice, we love that. Alright, you two, back to the medbay. You're hurting already. Turn the oxygen on so we don't suffocate in the engines. And Spontoon Beam, you're going to fire from the mind control into the hacking and the cloak, please. Lovely. Both systems are offline. I forget how long mind control works in this. That was clearly a level 1 hacking, or level 1 mind control, and it still takes you for so long. Thankfully, they are cooked. We've defeated the slug guard. Whatever might have been in their cargo has for certain been destroyed, but you can at least salvage some supplies from the ship, getting 2 fuel, 1 missile, and 51 scrap. Alright, by killing the slug guard, we know they'll cause them to dispatch reinforcements. But in the meantime, let's perform a task or salvage operation and go steal something. Crew find a little, it's still something. They return back with 2 fuel, a drone part, and 21 scrap. They were firing over here. Those, I don't know why, but for some reason the ASB got dissociated from where our actual ship was on that map. It's like the coordinates of it were just like 0 horizontal pixels instead of actually being in the right place. Alright. Let's send our people back to the right rooms. Is there anything else we want to do while we're still here? We have potential to go all in on laser artillery. That could be pretty fun. But the thing is, the timing right now is actually pretty good, right? Because the base timing of it is 25 seconds, and we've just reduced it by a quarter, which means that we're basically shooting them every 19 seconds. But this takes about 15 seconds to charge up. This takes about 12 seconds to charge up. Right now, it's almost the most efficient it could be. If we put more power in there, it's gonna probably hit the shields before these get a chance to go off. And that's a little tricky. Overall, I think having the faster charge time is just going to be better. It'll do a lot more damage once the fight gets up and running, but it means the first barrage is more likely to be wasted. What we might wind up doing is buying a 4th power bar slot, but leaving it at 3 power until we're in the fight. Right? So like the first barrage is intentionally delayed, and then we speed them up after that, so that we're more likely to actually get the value out of this thing. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I'm debating it. Regardless, we know we're going to need money here, because slugs probably not going to be giving things away for free. Either way, though, it is already midnight. It's 12:30 here. I think this is where I'm going to have to call it for now. We'll probably be back sometime on the weekend to finish up this run. So thank you to everyone who came out today to check this out. Hopefully you had a fun time here with us on the VSS Xenomorph today. And I will look forward to being back to play with it again next time. Until then, have yourselves a great evening and a great weekend in case I don't see you again. And until next time, bye-bye.